notice, Nate is not on screen.
Okay.
There's John again.
No, he's not in the game.
What do you mean again?
Oh, I already have you on screen. Hey, Skipper. Thane's watching this morning.
Hello, Dane.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Thane. I missed you, buddy. You did miss him.
Work.
Well, you'd have been there for it if you hadn't abandoned us.
You didn't abandon us.
Someone sounds a little salty.
You left us in hell, so shut up.
Someone sounds a little salty.
I'm a little salty.
We are all a little salty.
If anyone should be salty, it's John.
But trust me, I'm very salty.
Oh, he's
I
very
am the
salty.
sea.
He
Sinbad
is
salty.
very, very salty. We got into a fist fight, which I lost horribly as soon as we got out of hell.
Is that when you popped this bubble?
No, that was before I popped his bubble. And I'm in the middle of yelling at what's his name, Amir, for making that girl faint.
The audio is really quiet. Give me a minute. I'm still trying to fix the freaking camera. There we go. Finally.
The other night's gonna go. Not bad.
Okay.
At least I'm off the next 4 days. I'm happy.
Okay. Why are you tipped over? Shame. Utter shame.
Off all but 2 days next week.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
That's too many
And my
cells.
uncle's there.
Trevor,
Too many cells.
can we possibly get you to move to your left?
Okay, that's as far as this chair's gonna go.
Okay. I think that will suffice.
Sorry, I'm fat.
We could all tell we were just trying not to embarrass you.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not embarrassing. I just love food. I eat my feelings.
Okay. All right.
I have lots
Thank
of feelings.
goodness. Okay. Got the mic on. Audio should be fixed now. I just have a slight glitch in trying
I
to
get
get
it. Sarcasm.
you. Okay. Michael is not here today, unfortunately, and Carl is at work.
Not my tiny friend.
So, when last we left off with Nate's character, gotta go into silent mode and get rid of this and get rid of these. I should have been prepared for this. Okay, so when last we left off, you and your father and Buck had just pulled up to the cabin where your father lives. And you're on the phone.
No, I'm still listening.
Dude, so we're not...
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
Just hold on to that.
Yep,
Hold
got
that
it.
thought and stay right there. I didn't say freeze. I didn't cast hold person.
I did.
I can just...
My only weakness.
Hugs.
I thought you
I
were going to
can
say men, but okay.
I want to build a character around that now. Can I add that to our Dungeons and Dragons campaign? I can just, as Christopher Robin, I cast hold person and I give people hugs.
It can be like bread.
Nothing can be like bread. Bread is
The
bread.
legendary
Bread is
bread.
I'm going to have to do a thumbnail on that.
Bread.
Okay. And that goes over there. Okay. So,
Learned to say my hand.
you are currently standing outside of your cabin. Your father takes the horses and ties them up, or takes off the saddle. He takes off the saddle off the horse, I remember. Sets him loose in a little corral and steps into the house. What do you want to do?
I'll step in after.
Okay. Inside, there is a small fireplace. It's low embers, but he's currently kicking them up, adding fuel, and trying to get it up and burning again. It's small. It looks like it's only a temporary home. Doesn't look like he stays there all that often.
So, it's like, so what have you been doing all this time, Father?
He, staring into the coals, he's pushing the prod, whatever it is. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, fire poker.
The poker. Thank you. He's poking the poker into the coals.
Poke the poke.
It's a very creative name.
Sits there staring into the fire. Roll an observance check.
25.
Okay. He stands there, or sits there, poking and prodding into the coals of the fire. And he doesn't speak at first. But he sits there and says, "It's been interesting. I've been learning to be a little bit more open about who I am. Not many years back, let's say about a year, give or take, some people came into power, and now we can come out into the open. And it's changed me. People still look at me different when they recognize what I am." Why he keeps monologuing about this, about being out in the open again. And while you are looking at the fires, you see a glint of movement at the window. And in the darkness of the outside, you turn and look, and you think you see two glowing eyes for just a moment. And then as you look at it, it's gone. He continues to speak. Do you do anything?
Let's say, let's say the two people in power, we talked about this already before.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, are you okay, Father?
Just lost in thought. I suppose you mean before more recent events. I have been wasting care for my care for your family and my existence as a vampire does not leave much for me to do. And I am torn many times between good and life. I do not want to die, and yet I cannot stand what I am. And he continues to stare into the fire.
You know, when I talked to that dragon I told you about, he said the reason you may know more about me and my role when it comes to my life is because you had possible encounters with the divines before. And if that is true, could they not heal you of your vampirism?
I have never come across any cure for what I have become. I've looked occasionally, but in my past, my best friend and I used to hunt demons and vampires, but we never found any interest in hunting down a cure. We only sought to destroy.
What's your friend now?
I killed him. Go ahead and roll another observance check.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a... What's the illusion skill?
Already on it. 22.
22? Okay. He continues to stare into the fire, and it begins to storm outside.
What time would it be right now?
It's about, it's after dark.
After dark? Okay.
You don't typically wear wristwatches, so I'll just give you daylight, evening, whatever.
Okay, yeah. So, that being said, I guess to say...
Ask John,
Looks
he
like
has a watch.
It's like, I guess we've both had long days. It's been a long day for both of us, so maybe we should just call it a night and we could talk more in the morning.
As you say that, there is a loud, very close clap of thunder, and it turns your attention away for a moment. And the lighting in the room changes. And as you turn back to look at your father, he's gone, and there is a gaping, empty, black hole where that part of the room was. And as you look and you are confused, you feel the floor to start rock back and forth underneath of you, and it starts to get more and more intense.
As it's doing that, I'm gonna just try to like steady myself so I don't fall over, and then in the process pull out my sword,
Okay.
just in case, and do my shield get ready as well.
Okay. In trying to steady yourself, you reach out for a chair, and you find the chair disappears, and you find yourself clutching the sheets of a cot. And as you look up, you hear creaking of wood, and you're no longer sitting in your dad's cabin. You are in a cabin on a ship. You recognize this cabin. It was about 30 years ago. You traveled on the seas. A simple mercenary mission. You and 4 others. But you remember this cabin.
Is there anything else different about me? Like, do I have my armor back, or is it still off?
Roll an observance check.
22.
22? You don't have your armor back. You're still looking. You still look the way that you currently remember.
Yeah. Okay.
But you feel wet.
Alright.
You feel drenched, soaked, and holding your sword and shield, and gathering and looking about yourself, you realize that the sword and shield are both covered in blood.
Okay. Is there anything else in the cabin? Or?
There is a water rushing in underneath the cabin door. There's 2 doors to the cabin. One is the main one to the main deck, and the other is towards another section of the ship. Through the main door to the main deck, that's where the water is slowly seeping in through, and the other end there is a smear of blood going under the door.
I'll open the one where the blood's coming from.
Okay. As you open it, there is an entire section of the ship has been completely removed, and you are blasted with a blast of wind, storm, rain hits your face. give me 1 second. It occurred to me, I don't have the audio going, and it's totally ruining the atmosphere. I'm like, why does this feel like so cheesy compared to
And
usual?
kind of tiring.
And I'm like, why? Why? And then I'm like, there's no audio. I should hear a storm in the background right now.
Merry Christmas.
Hold on. Storm sound effects. Ooh. There's the thunder.
There we go. Up. This is where I need my dad's sound ideas library. The General 6000.
Is this annoying?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Get rid of the cat video because people need cat videos on YouTube.
Everyone has those days.
Favorite cat gift currently is the cat playing with like the rubber band and it snaps in its face and it starts crying.
Oh no! Mine is the cat Santa.
No, you see the cat.
Knocking the hand away.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, it wasn't a rubber band. It was a hair. It was a hair band.
Oh,
you see
like
the
a hair tie.
You know, the cat.
Oh,
yeah, the hair tie.
That's better.
Yeah, the cat's like pulling on it, and his hands are like caught in it, and he's like, "Ee," like that, and it snaps back, and you just see the cat.
Okay, that's fun. Like a rubber band. I'm like, oh, I knew that hurt.
Okay.
It still hurt. It's a hair band. It's still the equivalent of almost a rubber band.
Yeah,
The point
it's just a thick rubber band.
Okay. That feels better.
So yeah, blasted by a gust of wind.
Okay, so blasted upon opening the door, you're blasted by a gust of wind. Rain hits your face, and originally hitting your face, you go to wipe it off, and you pull back your hand, and you realize your face is covered in blood. And you hear in the distance shouting, screaming, fighting, and you see in this section of the ship that is missing, you can tell the ship is slowly keeling over and it is sinking.
Wait, is it raining blood?
No, it is not. But while you're looking at this, you see a female figure holding on to the mast. It has fallen over and it is sticking out over top of the waves. You see her, she's dangling on. She has leather armor. You recognize her. She's a bit of a barbarian type person.
Alright.
Another fellow mercenary in your group. You remember fighting with pirates as part of your mercenary mission, but you thought you defeated them. And you can't remember why you're here. And the ship slowly sinking. You see her stretched out over the water, dangling on the mast that is slowly being raised up in the air. And you hear in the back of your mind that familiar sound of wrath whispering, "Kill. Kill her."
Wait, how far is the mast?
The mast is off to your right-hand side.
Death row.
There's a bit of splintered wood and platform and deck still there, but then the mast sticks out with ropes and cloth and whatnot hanging from
And
it.
she's just hanging from the mast?
She's struggling to get back onto the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to the mast and try to help her to get back onto the ship.
Okay. As you do so, roll an athletics check.
What was my agility?
It's hamburger.
Agility, shit. Total of 20.
Total of 20? Okay. That's why you said hamburger. I'm like, anyway, sucks to not have cash. You able to jump across a small section of the planks. Just a second, my mom is texting me.
Hey, Joe's mom. Hey, Joe Mama.
Joe Mama. Yeah, that's right. I gotta send her a link to the live stream because, you know.
What? Actually, yeah, what is that thing for?
Give her the link for this video. Give him one.
Okay, let's behave.
Anyway, you're able to jump across and climb up onto the mast. You are now slowly making your way out across the mast to her. Are you keeping your sword and shield out for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll another athletics check.
Well, that's a 10.
As you step out, she's reaching for you, and just about as you get within, just almost within reach, the ship hits another heavy wave, and you find yourself completely thrown off and into the sea. Whee! Roll a vitality check.
26.
26? Okay. John, if you could roll a charisma check again.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh. 11.
Alright, at this point, you find yourself falling, and you find yourself smashing not into the waves of the ocean, but into a hard, concrete, warm, kind of wet-ish surface.
Ew.
Yes. And it's like concrete, but moldy. And warm.
Ow.
Say, ow?
No, ow.
Ew.
No, like you landed on top of me.
Oh.
Ow.
Okay. Alright, so your illusion breaks, and you find that he topples over off his knees the way he was sitting, and falls over onto the concrete floor. He has saved against your illusion. Also, by the way, I need that card back.
I was looking for it. It's not in here. I thought you took it already.
I don't think I did. I thought you slid it into the back in the sleeves.
Did I? Let me see. No, it's not there. Not there.
Well, when you do find it, just discard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not in here, so I thought you already took it.
What'd you lose?
Remember the sword that I was given?
Oh, the like chain whip thing?
No, this is a different sword.
You
that I
have
got,
all
or
of
had.
Your armor.
all of your armor that you that you had thrown away, your mask, everything that you discarded, you still have.
And brownie.
I'm really confused at
You're
this
no
point.
longer naked.
I'm no longer.
You're still holding your father's, or your father's chain sword is still at your waist. Your shield on your back.
Yeah.
You're sweating. That's where the wet feeling was coming from.
Okay.
And
Is Rat still talking to me?
no, it's missing. It's
Okay.
gone. The presence is no longer there. And you feel, you hear, I should say, a chuckle and a damn underneath the breath in the distance.
You're
In
such
the
a
darkness.
dick.
You actually hear this.
Okay. Do I see where the voices are coming from?
Make an observance check. Stealth check.
Yep, working on it.
Well, that's a 10.
That one.
I'm not trying to hide.
As hard as it is to hide, or as easy as it is to hide in the darkness, this figure, transparent as it is, still sticks out in the shadows. Looking at you, this strange symbol, almost like chalk dust, slowly deteriorating, is hovering in the air, and it's just slowly falling apart and blowing away. Kind of like Ash from Avengers.
Dude, you can't breathe. Stop it.
and it's not working. He's sitting there blowing, and it's ashing away, and
I
it's
do
not
this.
working.
Do I
I just do
realize what
this
he
and
was
wipe the
doing?
things out of the air, and just like, you don't have lungs.
Roll a knowledge check.
Do-
An observance. Use observe.
Nat
Damn.
20.
Nat
Yeah, you can tell you've just been under a demonic hex. An illusion.
I'm gonna pull out my sword and start walking towards him slowly.
I'm gonna step slightly to the left.
As you do so, you hear boots click behind you as a door opens, and a voice, a familiar voice. Now, stop playing with our toys. Carrick.
Oh, this dick again.
And you see Shalom step into the room through the shadows. Are you finally awake?
Such a dick.
Finally awake.
It seems that drought had a little bit more of a adverse effect on you than I thought it would.
Stuff has a kid.
How long was I out?
It's been about 12 hours. Give or take. We don't keep track of time down here. Could be longer.
It's been 3,000 years.
Oh, look, you got wings. No.
Oh, look, you're dead. Because I don't think you live that long.
It's
How
like,
long do Nephilim live?
On average of 2,000 to 3,000 years.
Okay, yeah, so you're dead.
but what else I
1
got?
to 3,000, I should say.
It's like
Oh, yeah, but I'm talking best
Sick.
case scenario.
it's like where am I?
You are in the castle of Beelzebub.
The
You're in
happiest
hell.
place in the world.
I sent you here upon making our deal.
I try to hit you, but my
So
hand
that
just kind of
did-
waves through you.
Which one of you is the illusion caster? Okay, so he just dusts as you. Okay, got it.
Yeah, he's just a ghost, so I just.
You might be next.
You've done it 7 times this week. I get it. You're a dick. Ugh.
Did they work
Just
for
like
Belazum?
Be quiet.
Thank you.
Say it again.
I was like,
please.
do they work for Belazum?
More or less.
Beelzebub.
More.
But
So, the fact that I've been asleep for all this time, so did I pass out after our contract?
yes.
Oh,
I
dumbass,
sent
you
you
did a
here.
contract with them?
But
Him and my
for whatever reason, it kind of backfired in
character.
conjunction to the draft. Not something I've ever seen before. But it was strange. Nevertheless, you came here for a gift, yes.
It was like the sword. I didn't get a sword, did I?
No, you didn't. Why did you think you would have? What sword?
Oh, I was just messing with him.
What did you do?
He's a dick.
I made you give him a sword. It was funny. The bugs everywhere. My best work. My best work.
He is an asshole. Trust me, he'll grow on you.
Like a fungus.
Good work.
By the way, what'd you take from this boy?
A little help.
I'm
Oh,
looking at
shit.
you with pure joy.
Okay.
I tried to hit you again.
He said it.
You hear a small voice from the hallway.
I take your
You
chocolate.
hear a stick,
Damn it!
like a walking stick, and you see a about 3-foot-ish imp behind Shalom. And you can't tell, leans around the corner, looks at you, says, "He's waiting.
No.
Best not to keep him waiting."
Great, Dobby's ugly cousin.
And it keeps walking down the hallway, and he looks.
Do I
and
know
says,
this one?
This is
Seer?
Yes, this is the seer.
Oh, I need to speak to you later.
Where did the character sheet go? Oh, there's-
I ate it.
you wish. Gushim.
I'm just gonna call him Seer if that's okay.
That's fine.
Seer, I need to speak to you.
Amongst the demons, she's known as the Seeing Imp. Come along then. Shalom! He wants you. He looks at you and he says, well, Carrick, if you're feeling up to it, we should go.
There might be a sword.
Dude, stop! Ignore him.
He can't.
I know, it's just wishful thinking.
Alright, so do you follow Shalom?
Yeah.
Out and down the hallway, you end up walking through various... It's like walking through Doom. Various outcroppings of stone castle and built into rock and mountain forms and foundations, built over log, magma hardened over time, carved out of different places, doors and gates and windows framed with bone, and all kinds of... There's just a general stain of blood everywhere, kind of.
I've been telling the
It's kind of like an interior paint job. But that's what you see as you're walking for a while. Go ahead and step aside. Gushin waits for you. What do you want?
I wanted you to check on something.
What?
Charisma?
To do what?
Oh, I'm about to ask.
Oh, ask first, and then
Okay.
I'll tell you if you can roll charisma.
Okay. I wanted you to see the future of me.
You know the way this works. I need blood sacrifice.
You don't have blood.
You don't have blood. See, he knows. When you have blood, then I show you your future. Till then, forget it. I don't do freebies. And he turns around and keeps walking.
Thank you anyway.
Anyhow, anything else from you? Or are you guys just all following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. You end up walking through various staircases, through halls, dining areas. Some places you can see the wings of imps and demons' eyes looking at you from the shadows. You are the center of attention as you walk through these places.
Yeah, I'll ask Shalom then. It'll say, does my presence unease everyone here?
You could say this.
When's the last time a Nephilim has walked through these castles?
Oh, there's
Last
plenty of them
Thursday.
over there.
A Nephilim has never walked through these halls.
They've got their own spot right over there.
Dude,
You
stop!
you look, and there is the illusion of a chair. You can tell it's an illusion. It's just kind of slapped out just quick, and it says Nephilim Corner. And
it's
a little table.
It's like a
Have
2D cartoon
Can I have his
drawing.
name on it too?
Yeah. it
New
is-
arrival.
Yeah.
Ignore him if
Let's
you
say-
can.
I say, so,
No, but there is
say,
a part in hell that is nothing but Nephilim.
I know.
say, so, are my kind usually not allowed in here?
Because you're being a dick.
It's not that they are not allowed, but can't say they're welcome either. But you are a bit of an exception. A Nephilim has not been born to the Seven since the beginning of time.
Aw, big bad baby.
The most. That is so good.
Say, and what's the deal with these two here?
I'm stuck here for now. So I kind of just wander.
They are here at Beelzebub's request. Keep you safe while you were sleeping.
And when you're done with that, you won't mind if I use it, right?
Don't agree to anything he says.
Use what?
But when you die, your body.
to ignore you now.
Please tell me how you do it. Good for you.
No, bad for me.
But as we keep going, I was like, so there hasn't been a kind since the beginning. One of my kind of the 7 since the beginning.
Like I said, big bad baby.
No, there has not. You were a first.
Oh, second. First already came. Beginning of time.
You need
He
to be
means
quiet.
it's never happened, you dickhead. You don't have eyes. What are you doing?
You get used to these two. You learn to just try to ignore them.
It's hell.
But it doesn't really work.
He is my hell.
I thought she was your hell.
Anyway, you
I'm
step...
gonna just be like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like I'm with the party all over again.
You hear, just from the distance, "You're such a dick, I hate you!"
Speaking of which, where did the rest of them go?
We're still in
Oh.
hell.
Funny you should ask.
No, it's been 12 hours. We're gone.
I had a few
It took
imps
us longer
watching
than that
them,
to travel out of hell.
but
It took us like
someone came here. It seems that your friends have connections in higher places. Places that I have no influence over. And that is... And... Shut up. It is unexpected. But... Nevertheless, we were able to locate them. They are back in the capital city of...
You're lucky nobody can kill you.
I'm already dead.
Would it be
I know.
possible to join back with them after this?
It's possible.
After all, if I recall correctly, you did said I do need allies.
Take me with you,
This is true. But...
but not him. Don't
in the
take him with you.
meantime, let us see how this meeting with your grandfather goes, shall we?
Let's go.
You end up walking up the steps, and this is a place where you two typically aren't allowed.
Make sure you ask for those birthday presents.
You walk through two massive doors, and on the other side is a long,
We are comic relief
decapitated staircase.
Evil character, okay? I'm trying.
We're
Going up to this stalactite-ish built platform at the top of the castle. It is a tower that
I am a
overlooks all of
reluctantly
hell.
evil character.
At the top, there are 8 thrones. 8 massive chairs. Each of them has a indent above the headpiece. Each one carries a flame. One of them is extinguished. And another one burns ever so faintly. Just ever so faintly. It's more like a match.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them are well lit.
Alright.
The one that burns ever so faintly is immediately to your right as you step in.
Okay.
The one that burns, the one that is extinguished is to your left. So, right and left.
Okay.
Are they marked for which sin they are, or just?
You're not in the room, so I'm not answering
Oh,
that
I follow.
question.
We're following.
No, you're not allowed in here.
Oh.
I said you guys aren't allowed in
You
here.
said usually not allowed.
Yeah,
So I just assumed this was an exception.
No, not.
So it's like,
Who stops us?
Shalom
Okay.
just doesn't let you pass the door. It's like slammed in your face kind of situation.
Gotcha.
What's
How
that?
do you slam a door in the face?
Of a man with no face.
With a man of no face.
It's an odd situation, but something on the powers of the doors here, it's always that weird sensation that you can never get on.
You could just be like, if I only had a face, I knew that would have hurt.
Anyway,
But, I guess seeing it, I was like, so, throne room of the sins?
You could say such. This is the Council of Eight.
How often do they convene?
They have not convened in some time, but though some of them come to visit. You see from the shadows underneath one of them, the one that seems most central. It is Beelzebub sitting in the throne. And he looks down at you, his deep, red, glowing eyes out from underneath. Not in the middle of my monologuing.
That was for whenever.
You see him just kind of glaring at you. He looks down and says, "So, you have come."
As you requested earlier?
Well, your friend seemed rather persistent, but I think maybe the time is ready, and certain events have led up to convenient time. So, you wish for a gift.
Anything to help me on my quest? Then yes.
Good wording. I am sure you have heard and understand by now that eventually it would be in your best interest to conquer the Seven.
And you, as the father of all, you approve of this?
My children are but weak vessels.
So you believe it's time for a new era?
Precisely. I would like to see someone with true power and skill rule, rather than a discordant group of brats. So, this is my suggestion. Gushan! And you didn't see her come in. Him, it, you didn't tell, but Gushan appears from the shadows behind you. He looks down and says, "She will be your guide." Gushan, take him to Wrath. Subdue her. Make her your own. And earn your title.
Banjo County.
If you can prove yourself worthy of commanding a demon, you will have earned your seat in this chamber. Now,
Bless you.
perhaps I could have a little peace. Shalom, send those other two with him. You will have help. She will guide you across the fire fields.
One more question, my lord. My own mother. It seems, from what I can tell, it seems that they understand what is to come if I do decide to pursue this task, which I am. Is my own mother willing to put up a fight, or is she willing to lay down her life for the cause?
Your mother has been distant from this council, and yet ever present. She watches in silence, so I know not her intentions, but it would be a relief to have the silence gone and a true presence of lust here in these chambers again.
Tired of this curse controlling me. I'm ready to do whatever it takes.
Go then, and take those two brats with you.
We're off to see the wizard.
Okay, hold on. when the door opens, I don't know what he's doing, but you see me. I have a deck of cards. I'm playing solitaire in the hallway.
They're actually tarot cards.
No, they're playing cards. I'm playing solitaire.
Solitaire with tarot cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You can never tell if you're actually winning or you're cheating because there are no actual sets of cards in the deck. You just like, does the Hanged Man go under the void or does it go under
No. They have little. He lent me his chalk, and I wrote numbers on all the cards.
It's like, where does the tower go?
Maybe.
Well, he's like, where does the tower
I
go?
do.
Does it go to the right or to the left?
Wait. I got it. I've placed an illusion on the cards, and I keep messing with them. I keep switching the numbers on them.
Every time you cycle through the deck by threes, you're like, wait a minute, that card was on, and it's just
I
it's
take
confusing.
off my boot and I throw it through his head.
And it's and then off the edge of the castle.
We're in a hallway.
I didn't say that this castle was completely unwall-less. It's a weird demonic hell castle.
All right, I
It's
take
broken.
another boot out of my bag, and as you look in, you see like 12 other boots. Because I do this a lot.
That's the 13th one today. This is the evil me.
Shalom, he steps into the passageway. His terrifying presence kind of catches you off guard for a moment.
Who's?
Shalom.
Okay.
He looks at both of you and he says, "You have a job to do.
Yeah.
Go with this one.
Yes, we'll go with the evil baby. Let's go.
Don't screw this up. And perhaps
What are you going to do? I'm already in hell.
die while you're at it.
fuck
What's
you.
in it for us?
I don't blast you into oblivion. And I don't stick you in here.
Just ignore him, Shalom. We'll go.
He's threatened you like this many times before, and it always works.
Because he's like one of the 3 people that can kill you again.
Could
It's not killing you, it's more the eternal torment. You like being annoying?
how about for some blood? I'll do it for some blood.
It has to be your blood for it to work.
Just his blood.
Gushan. Make sure he dies out there. And then he walks away.
I'm already dead. It's not even funny.
And he just into the shadows.
You see what I have to deal with?
Hey, Holmes, where you going?
Angels are immortal, right?
Not to being killed.
No, I mean just like time-wise.
Yes.
It's been like 700 years of this shit.
It has not been 700 years. Okay.
It's only been
It's been-
695.
Oh wait. Oh, there went another day.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I'm glad you were able to pick up these characters so quickly.
I said we're basically Team Rocket. We're the villains that have no real threat in them.
Oh, what the
No.
heck? I forgot to plug in my computer.
This is the equivalent of Abbott and Costello. You're the
No,
3...
Abbott and Costello aren't this annoying. This is more like Laurel and Hardy.
Actually, yeah, that's the one I was going for.
I'm gonna be less annoying.
You're the 3 Stooges, just one of the Stooges died horribly, so it's only you 2.
We're the 3
No.
Stooges, but I'm 2 of them combined.
Oh, that's more like it.
Mo and Curly.
Anywho,
We're gonna die today. Hey, we're gonna die today. Hey, we're gonna die today. Hey.
Gushan steps up to you and she says, you can't tell.
I still can't tell. It says...
It says, perhaps
Bushan is a
we
girl.
can get started.
It's a new day.
Let us go.
What are you even looking
Hold out
at? You
your
don't
hand.
have a watch.
And holds up a knife.
I'm bringing a watch.
She slices it.
Owie.
You take 9 points of slashing damage.
Stealth.
On my hand? Good
Sure,
lord.
go ahead and roll a sleight of check. Sleight of hand.
Dude, that is a powerful knife.
18.
Gushan rolls a natural 18 and just says, "Off with you."
What were you going
Wait,
to
it's
do?
tied.
No,
You
natural
have
18 plus her.
natural 18
Oh,
plus, yeah.
oh, gotcha.
Natural 18. So,
Gotcha.
What were you even gonna do? You can't catch it.
Chalk. I was gonna use catch the chalk with the blood and put it back.
9 points? That's a really strong damage. That's a really strong knife you got.
well, you're not allowed to tank it since you took it.
Yeah.
Why did you?
But she ends up drawing a symbol out on the ground, and she sits there, and her eyes glaze over, and she just sits there for a little while.
Is this the seer?
Yes.
Okay.
Goshen. Which, by the way, is actually a demon of foresight, hindsight, and present sight. I actually looked up names for each of you, except for you. Because you wanted to play something special.
That's not something special. That's less special.
But she sits for a little while and roll observance checks for both of you.
21.
You have seen you don't see anything.
Yeah.
You have seen in the past few thousand years.
I'm not paying attention.
The solitaire cards are annoying as heck.
I put them away. I'm just kind of staring in space now.
You're still going over them in your mind though.
You're
trying to
remembering me.
retrace the order and why it kept screwing up, and it doesn't make sense. You've seen Gushan do this before, many times, but you've never seen her.
Glaze.
She's glazed, but you've never seen her start to sweat. And she starts to have these little nervous tics, and then she stops.
Like, while she was doing that, I was like, what is she doing with my blood?
She's a seer. She's seeing.
I'm focusing on how she's reacting.
So
and,
she's trying to pry into my future?
Yeah.
Or your past.
What? She's seeing. I don't know what the hell she does.
Anyway,
She
she stops. She breathes out slowly. The nervousness goes away.
Do I know? Like, did I see that she was tense as well? Or?
You would not have seen it, but you did. You would have noticed the change. She looks up at you and says, "I know where she is. We can go now."
I'll just
Let
ask.
me guess. It's not on Fuzzy Bunny Lane.
She does not respond to that.
I will ask her. What was her name again?
Gushan.
Gushan. Say, Gushan, what else did you see?
Roll a charisma check.
Oh, yeah.
And you may take your advantage on this one.
Oh, yay! Okay, so what do
That's
you
the lady thing.
Yeah, so.
Oh, so it is a lady.
You can't tell, but you're flirting up a storm with her, so.
I told him it's a lady.
Total of 19.
19. She turns, and as she walks, she starts to. I cannot find the stats for the critter I had you guys fight last week.
Do I know who she was looking for?
No.
Okay.
It is not often I see so much of one's future when I look for something specific.
So what's up, demon baby?
Does that mean it's changing?
She ignores you talking, as she is used to doing all the time.
Charisma?
What's our mission?
No. She's gotten
Tempting?
over you so easily. Where the heck? Okay, this is annoying as heck. I want my Hellworm stats. find the Hellworm stats.
You know why? 'Cause I killed it!
You killed one.
Yeah, I killed that sheep.
Anyway, she looks at you as she walks, you following behind.
Yeah.
You two just trailing, annoying each other.
I've stopped. I'm not annoying him yet.
Okay.
I'm letting him know the joy of me not annoying and then bringing it back.
The sadness.
You know what comes next.
Let me enjoy this. I get like 2 minutes of this a week.
You know, you could have more. Yeah, I could have your body. To be silent all the time.
No, because then you'd be in my head and I would always hear
No,
you.
it means you died.
Yes. But then I'd be stuck like you, and nobody wants to be that.
No, you go somewhere else.
I'm corrupted. I go right next to...
No.
I would just appear next to my body.
You go to the sea
No, I wouldn't.
at the very bottom.
I am very, very powerful.
That's why they send you to the bottom.
They wouldn't say me to the bottom.
They would totally send you bottom. You know why?
I've been getting on Beelzebub's nerves for 700 years. He would keep me to personally torture me.
No, it is a torture. You know why at the very bottom? Because you got dumped.
Fuck you! I curl up in the corner. I got the anime dark cloud above me. I'm just like...
I'm glad you two
Illusion.
are having so much fun with your characters while I am struggling to find a blasted Hellworm stat sheet.
I'm gonna use an illusion, and you see the demon that you saw, and she's like, "You got dumb, you got dumb."
I turn to you and why are you doing this?
How do you know it's an illusion? It could be her.
Yes, because she just magically appeared and danced and sang in front of me. It is in no way an illusion from my annoying illusion friend.
Don't you miss this? Oh.
Well, I think I am
So,
going to...
K. Can I call you K? Then we'll call you K. K? K.
There it is! I found it!
Well, I was talking to that one lady and you
Yeah,
never
we were
finished.
just having a
Okay,
side
so
conversation.
while you guys are doing that, he's in this conversation, so be quiet. Because you are actually getting on the DM's nerves. It's not very often a demon annoys God, as well as everyone else around them. Anyway, as she's walking, she says, I was trying to find our course, our place to go, but I saw more. It is not often I see more. But I see, if you continue on this path, you take it to its final destination. I see a silhouetted figure with great wings that encompass all of hell. I see 7 sins on 7 thrones. I see hell in all its power and glory unleashed on the mortal plane.
Oh, yay.
And I see you, its king. Perhaps with this knowledge, you could favor me. I would like that.
What is it that you seek?
I wish to be in no danger. I have many enemies. Even here in hell. And it takes everything I have to hold my own. Perhaps you could guarantee that for me.
As of right now, or when I become king?
best as you can for now. When you are a king, it should be simple.
Very. We have a deal, Seiya.
We're escorting the demon lord.
Alright, so now it's back to you guys out of the conversation. You did not hear any of this. You guys were badgering in the background. You leave the castle, and beyond the castle, there are walls. There are multiple things inside the walls. A castle is one of them. There is also a palace. You see it as you're walking. As best as you can tell, there is the beach over here. There is the castle up here. The palace over here, and you're headed that way.
Okay. Wait, to the palace, or
Past the
past
palace.
the palace? Over the river, into the woods, to grandmother's
Pretty
house.
much.
Kind of, or antique house, you know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, what's the mission, big man?
Let's say we're going to find Wrath.
I hate that bitch so much.
See, what was the name for the seer again?
Gushon.
Gushan. What is with your knowledge, what's the best way of subduing Wrath? All I know as of right now, Wrath is nothing but a child full of anger.
The smallest child full of anger is a force to be reckoned with. For even in the mortal realm, an angry, tormenting child rules a household.
We gotta get
Nothing
his
can
teddy.
subdue it, but fill her with fear. Make her afraid. That is what you need to do.
So just seeing your face should do it.
Is there a way to kill that one?
There's not one that we know of, or it would already have been done.
I don't know, I think it'd be a little amusing to see him die over and over and over again, just for a few moments.
Oh great, he's gonna be an evil king! Oh, fucking hell.
You said hell, you know what that means.
Nothing, I'm already here.
It means your silent time is over.
It's been over for 7 hours.
I'm sorry, I've had my fun.
Let's just go.
Let's find her.
Okay. As you're traveling out of the walls, there's a massive gate. Or 4 gates. Main
How does she
gates.
fight?
Who?
How does she fight? Wrath. I'm saying this as we walk.
Let's see.
Roll a charisma check. Because typically Gushon doesn't ignore you, but a decent question she might take notice of.
14.
You didn't ask, so you don't get one.
No.
18.
18?
Oh no, not 14.
Total of 18?
Total.
That's a natural 25. Or not a natural, a total of 25.
I was actually, I meant 18. I was gonna ask, would I know anything about Wrath?
18. You remember her being the one that the 7 hated. She thought herself better than everyone else. Not to the point of pride, but she had this strange, twisted, maniacal sense of righteousness that even for a demon, she thought herself above everyone. But you cannot remember her ever fighting in combat that you ever saw.
Yeah. I say this to you.
How she's like arrogant and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was like,
But I don't know how the hell she fights. Probably hits like a truck.
I do. Good me, evil me.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say,
yeah.
John's not here.
John's not here to tell us, so...
So I asked, like,
Though you know I did fight Wrath.
yeah, I know you did. I was like, so I'll ask, like, basing on his question as well from earlier, I'll ask Shab the same thing. So, do you know how she fights now? Because one of my compatriots from the party I'm a part of was the one who slayed her before.
Kushan, continuing to walk, you're coming to the end of the slate fields, and it's starting to turn into magma rivers. You're having to jump, skip across hot places. One, roll a resilience check for those of you who have mortal bodies.
Real quick. Well, I'll go ahead and roll that.
Nice roll.
Yeah.
You got good rolls today.
I do.
I got a
Resilience.
13.
23.
But before on the slate, before we actually get to the lava rivers, you see what looked like a cape kind of unfolds into. My wings are black because of the crush. Right?
They're gray.
Okay. You see the wings unfold, and I just kind of fly above, so that I'm not walking in the lava rivers.
Yep, so you're fine that way.
Okay.
Gushan, her small imp wings flail out, and she's just kind of hovering. Kind of like,
Hummingbird.
What's his name from Star Wars Episode 1?
Oh, that ugly thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I
Yeah,
forgot his
So
name.
like a hummingbird, just
The pod racer, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Jedi mind tricks don't work on. That's why.
she's just kind of doing that. Her staff, it carries it along with her. It feels right to refer to a shaman for some reason as a her. I don't know why.
And
It's a
I would
her.
touch her as a he.
Yeah,
Just
But,
say it's a her. It's
you can't tell. No one ever can. No one knows.
Watch this natural 20 right here.
no.
Do I know?
I gave up long ago and just decided it was a woman.
That's
So-
why I referred as seer.
As she's hovering along beside you, you're skipping across lava flows and whatnot. Nothing really that you've had to worry about so far.
One more year, little buddy, and you can do this.
Maybe. Probably not.
But as you're walking alongside her, I presume your equipment is away, or at least sheathed up, so you have a little bit more
Yeah.
dexterity.
Yeah.
She's hovering alongside you and says, "I do not anticipate that it is her you will have to fight. She nests with the hellworms."
Oh, great!
Hellworm? What is that?
The big worm from hell.
It's hard.
It's like a centipede,
It's the opposite of
but
me.
like it's like a centipede, but like 1,000 feet long and fire resistant and
Lava resistant.
fucking just evil.
I mean, it's a creature.
It's from hell. It's evil.
Your friends fought one
And how do they fare against it?
very well.
That actually looks kinda
especially the
badass.
monk-looking one.
Yeah,
He was just wailing on it.
That
I
guy with the
mean,
cloak, though, he he did some kind of Superman punch through its face. It was awesome.
I mean, your
Never-
friends are the best.
They're such bad.
In the back of my mind, I was like, this seems really biased for some reason.
Okay, alright,
Never
When I-
ask characters to play two characters.
Upstairs,
I was like, this seems really biased.
Cash suddenly goes, I don't know whether to feel insulted or proud. For some reason, I feel like somebody's talking good about me.
Yeah, you're just sneezing.
Oh my gosh. No, but for real, they fought one and they defeated it.
Yeah.
But
And then some
Quick
weird
question?
guys took them away.
am I able to hold on to things?
No.
Just the chalk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double check.
It's very rare that you ever take damage.
Okay.
You are weak to holy damage.
Mm-hmm.
You are also weak to demonic damage.
Okay.
So one thing that you would know you're kind of walking into a danger zone, Wrath herself
Right, because
could
it's
deal
both.
damage to you.
Both. She does light and dark.
Kind of, yeah. Other than that, that's why your character is so low combat abilities. You don't have any offensive attacks.
Mm-hmm.
You have simply mental, your support character. Other than that, yeah, I think that covers everything.
Speaking of support. Yeah, okay.
Good? Okay. Any other questions about abilities before we get going?
Yeah, did you see my questions? Oh, I guess
I-
that was one of them.
I have one question. What does this
You
say?
just kind of upgraded it.
Whip of what?
Chastisement. Something you,
Bad.
something you have left over from your angelic days, it's been corrupted. No, your blur skill, you have you have no ethereal form. You have an ethereal form, so that no.
Yeah. It's already upgraded, is what I'm hearing. What about the other one?
No, you do not feed off of them.
Okay.
So, you're more like that annoying soul that is kept around only for its utilitarian purposes.
And because we can't kill you.
Most of them. The ones that want you for utility usually don't have to deal with you except for when they, summon you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then I know to keep my mouth shut. To a point.
But you don't.
Well. Only when they can do damage to you.
Anyway,
Yeah, so I asked Gushab about like the hellworm, and then they kind of explained stuff to me. Is that accurate?
You didn't get much, but Gushan does explain a hellworm better. It's a plated worm. They exaggerated a bit. It's about 60 meters long, so about 180 feet long.
Imagine the basilisk from the second Harry Potter.
Pretty much, yeah. Basilisk, a little thicker, like a centipede or a millipede for its legs, plated. Its plates appear to be an infusement of biological materials and magma that has seeped in, hardened over time.
I guess the last thing I could say. Any weak points to it?
The eyes, and if you're brave enough, the mouth. And the ears.
Pretty much.
That's it. There's no other weak points. You just gotta hit it till it dies.
And it does take piercing damage.
Okay. And the plating, is it breakable eventually?
Yeah.
It's pretty hard.
You do know that it has been hard, but personally yourself, you've never broken the plates. You've heard of it being broken by very, very strong warlike demons, but you have never actually broken them yourself.
Yeah.
I would even say it's impossible.
At least for us. If
Well-
we find one, run.
I'm not grabbing anything today.
You know, we're in hell. That's actually really refreshing because you're really cold. Do that again. Oh, now you're gonna leave me alone. Why can't I go back home?
I wish I could fart.
So,
I hope I die
I can arrange that.
so I can go back home.
You ain't going nowhere.
so killing this hellworm will bring Wrath out?
We have to kill them to
Hopefully
get
we don't run into one. But she does reside in a nest where they live.
How far away are we?
been walking for about 2 hours now.
Flying.
Let's go, Death Worm. Let's go.
It's like, has this always been her home?
No, she was rebirthed only recently, within the last year.
Well, I meant like before that. Like, has she always resided here when she was a child?
Oh
Or
no. She has an entire floor of the palace to herself.
She stays here now.
You know,
Well, she's kind of feral right now. She
honestly,
needs a connection to a host. Some way, shape, or form.
honestly, I mean, you could try and like connect to her like emotionally. She's just a child. No matter how evil, she's
You're
still
a child.
I'm older than you.
Are you?
Yes.
You're more than 1,000? Or
Yeah, I'm
7,000?
like 5,000 years old. 5,000 years older than you.
From best as you can remember, you have been around since creation?
Yeah, I'm older than you.
Dude, you're old.
Yeah.
How is he still alive?
I'm immortal.
Oh. Ha, sucks to be you.
Ah, fuck. Anyway, she's just a child, so maybe you could try connecting with her emotionally while we try not to die
Yeah.
again.
Speaking of that, so you said you've been here since the beginning?
Not here, but just, you know,
Yeah, when the world was created?
yeah.
Do you know about the Great Dragon?
Roll a knowledge check.
14.
14?
Oh, wait, no, hold on. 16.
Why do you get
That's my
knowledge advantage?
'cause
For
knowledge.
proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember what I built your characters for sometimes. Yeah, you remember the dragon. It did not like it when you guys came to this world.
He's older than us, really. He's kind of pissy with us.
Yeah. Told me that exactly when I met him.
Oh, you've met him?
Yeah.
How's the big guy doing?
I don't know. I know he wants to end the world, and when I talk to him, he thinks I'm one of the key figures for it.
Okay.
Even though he
well,
still hates me.
You're probably
my
gonna
time.
be the king of hell, so yeah, you're gonna be a key figure in the end of the world.
There's a king of hell now.
Yeah, but you heard the lady. She said that he's gonna be king in the future.
Just be careful with what you say with your words. I mean, there is a king of hell. King of hell right now. I'd be careful what you
He
say.
sells propane and propane accessories.
Not a great thing to sell in hell. Kind of hard to keep stock on the
It's
shelf.
just like, I got some Here's some accessories.
Here's
They melt.
Here's some metal slag.
You want a necklace? Dad, we're out of necklaces. Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
It's an imp.
An imp.
Don't tempt me.
I'm
okay, Dad. Bobby, are you okay? I saw Bella's a bitch slap the hell out of you. He's like, I'm okay, Dad.
Anyway, yeah, so... Yeah, you're probably gonna end the world,
yeah,
but
yeah.
at this point, as long as you get me out of here, I'll do what you say. You know,
Well,
just
I just rolled
uncorrupt
for
me.
an encounter.
Huh?
Yay!
It's a nat 20.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, what about Nat 20s?
A
Fight
guaranteed encounter.
Oh.
As you're leaving the,
Well, before said encounter, I was gonna act on what he was telling me. It's like, well, on that note, let me see if I can reach out to her. I was gonna try to channel Wrath.
Okay.
Why does he look constipated?
Don't roll a 1 because I'm going to mess with you.
Well, does that
Okay,
count?
I
It
see
bounced
ones.
out.
That is...
I see
On the
ones!
table.
No! Wait, my whip is
Two
corrupt.
ones, so
my
now it's snake eyes.
It's double the time.
Okay, I have a quick question about my two of my abilities. My touch of life. Does that do holy? Is that holy?
If it was undead, yes.
Okay, and the whip of chastisement. Since it's corrupted, does it do dark damage?
It does.
Okay. I take out my whip and go.
Either way, it was still pretty bad.
Yeah.
What do I add that with? Knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, so...
What was the highest roll?
The first one
Well,
was
the first one was 11, so that would have been a 14.
Yeah, you would have taken the 11.
Can I add to that?
No.
Because it was my idea.
That's another 21. Okay. You feel a connection for a moment, but it's not like you felt before. Instead, it felt... Can someone turn that can upside down properly, please? There we go. I don't want that to drip in the chair. It feels like the wrath is no longer there to aid you, but has actually directed towards you. And as you reach out, you're on the edge of the magma fields when you do so. It's another series of cliffs, ragged canyons, and they have these strange different plateau formations, but it's like they're rounded off, concave in their walls. Some of them reach out and go from place to place, and they have these strange cuts, spherical cuts through them, and it's just one long, it's like a termite maze, and you're looking at that in the distance, but as you try to reach out, you get this lashback, and it's then you hear a shriek, a blood-curdling shriek in the far distance, and there is a rumble under the ground, and about 100 yards in front of you, you see the surface of the ground start to move towards you, and it's more like what you would imagine from a mole coming towards you.
You seen Tremors?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
There we go.
so tremors. And then when it's about 50 feet in front of you, it just crunch out of the ground and it screams. And this is what?
As it pops up, as it's coming towards me, perception to see if there's any more of them coming at once.
Okay. Roll.
I don't want you to get too far in the story.
Yeah, observation check.
That's a good one. 21. No, wait.
You have
No,
7, so
I know.
it's like 24.
Thank you.
No, you do not see any others. No other sign in the area.
Okay.
But this one is larger than you have seen before. This is a big one.
This one's bigger than
So
the usual.
as it's coming
This
out of
is
the ground,
King Blood
screaming
Worm.
at you, this
Alpha.
little ghost is standing there looking kind of like, uh-oh, and he's like, this one's a little bigger than usual.
I fly up a little bit further so that I'm like...
Okay. Everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
That was... What was
It
it for
used
initiative
12.
again? The
D12.
12?
Oh yeah, D12.
D12.
Well... Guys, I'm going last!
Would you want it?
Yay!
I got 2.
We're going
That's
second
not
to
a D12.
last.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a D12.
Oh, yours is smaller than mine.
So Carrot got a 1, you got a 2.
6.
What's your character's name again?
I don't have an. I'm the unknown.
The Unknown, yeah. The Tormented Soul.
I just call him Dickhead.
I'm TS.
ITS.
Tormented Soul.
Alright, so you got a 2. What did the...
6.
6? Let's see here.
Can I see the element thing?
You get to minus a d4 off of all damage you take.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the elemental thing. The darkness one, it was like, what, +2 to stealth or something
Stealth
like that?
checks, yes. No, you get a tier 1 advantage on your stealth checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever
Alright.
tier advantage you have on your stealth check, up it by 1 to the next dice higher.
Okay.
That is a 10.
I'm looking at mine right now.
That's so useless for my character because I'm a tank!
You stealth.
Oh, holy cats!
What?
The Hellworm got a 12.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, he knew of us before we knew of him.
And you got a 6, right?
Yeah.
What was your character's name again?
Bareth. B-A-R-E-T-H.
Stealth is so useless for my character. Why?
Do I have
Well, it's
medical
actually,
supplies?
believe it or not, an armored tank that doesn't have a lot of dexterity, usually a good stealth stat is good when everyone else is trying to sneak around. You don't want your tank blowing the cover. I cannot tell you how many times Pike has ruined stealth for critical roll.
I have seen,
that is true.
I have seen something.
Stealth check. Your armor's really heavy.
Oh, fuck.
Dexterity check. Yep.
Fucking hell, you
2
both
20s?
wasted-
You guys just burned your 20s.
I am not touching mine until
I
I
was
need
expecting to fail.
it. Real quick.
Well, the Carrick's gonna die this
you,
match.
you don't need a high. You know.
Still check. You didn't notice me.
Yeah. Anyway, you don't need a high stealth. You just need a high charisma. I saw this one thing. There was a barbarian that had a super high charisma, and he acted like a rogue because he would just walk into a camp and go,
yeah.
"You don't see me,"
I love that
and then
one.
they would go, "Yep, I don't see you."
I love that one. The barbarian who thought he was a rogue. I've seen
Yeah.
that. I've read that Reddit post before.
Yeah,
It's really
that's
funny.
awesome.
He's just like, it's like, I can see. You can't see me. And then they're just like, yeah,
Fucking
I can see you."
hell! Quit rolling your dice.
He was like, yeah, I don't see you. I don't see you. No, no. And then he's just like,
Yeah.
just stomping away.
He was like an orc or something.
The smart orc.
It's like the other one, the barbarian who thought he was a spellcaster.
Oh,
I
yeah.
cast fireball, throws a torch at someone.
Do what I do. I cast hold person. Squeeze.
Oh, I would love to play a barbarian that does that.
Just hugs people to death.
Just eyes popping and blood veins bursting.
Like that Looney Tunes cartoon. I'm going to love you.
Oh god, that character.
Goes to his
Okay, so up first is the Hellworm.
Yay.
In traditional Hellworm fashion,
Charge.
the Hellworm will do acid spray.
Say,
Luckily, we're all separate, so you can only hit one of
You
us.
are separate, but it is directed at you. That is
Of course.
a 14 plus 4. That is an 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
Do you want a dex or do you want a tank?
what's my dex? It's a 4. Oof.
Your dex.
Yeah, no, that's why I said my dex is a 4.
Oh yeah, it's all the way down there. Sorry.
You would have to roll a 17 in order to dex out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, you rolled 18.
Shut up.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's dick.
It's like your spirit. You're asleep, so it's appearing, going, "What is with this asshole?"
Make decisions quickly.
I know.
I'm gonna pull up
I'm just
ambience
gonna-
in the background for battle fights.
For battle fights.
I'll just tank it.
Okay.
So minus your defense, which is 8. From
No, he's about to roll damage. That was to hit.
I know from.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Got some good ambience going on here. Alright, so you're tanking it?
Yeah.
Alright, so rolling damage. That is. That is 20 total acid damage.
And then minus my defense.
Yep.
So 12.
Actually, no, this is resilience.
Oh,
if you tank
resilient. So minus 7 from that. So
Okay. So
13.
that'll be 13 damage you take in acid. Roll a percentage die, please.
What's the other one?
30.
30.
30, okay. You will continue to burn from the acid effect for 3 rounds.
Stop.
There it is. Finally got it.
So you will take, since you're tanking it, that will affect over 3 rounds. You will take 12 each round.
12 each round.
Yep.
Yikes.
So that being said, let's see here. Roll me a straight d20, would you please?
6.
Okay. Alright, so that being said, that acid spray occurs, and then the hellworm immediately dives back underground again, and you see its tail just flip up into the air, and it dives down, and you can't see where it is currently.
I'm going to fly down.
Okay. It is your turn, so.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Gushan's turn is next.
Oh, okay.
That being said, I gotta remember what the heck is on her stat sheet.
Do we have a healer in the group?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, him.
That's
That's what he's gonna try to do.
Not yet.
Gushan is flying way up in the air to stay out
My
of
healing
range.
is basically sacrifice.
Um,
I give up health and give it to someone else.
Okay. Ends up taking 13 damage for foresight. And that is a
She should have a weaker
9.
knife for foresight. She's like, here's my attacking knife. Here's my cutting allies knife.
Okay, let's see here. And that is 5, 13, and that is another 14, 16. And she ends up pinpointing a spot with a knife in the ground and shouts, "He's coming up here! Get ready!"
Is it close to him?
It is. It's about, like, right next to you.
Okay. If I fly down, grab him, and then fly over to the side. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta roll a even odds. Evens.
You gain an extra action point, so you have 2 action points.
Okay. If I fly down, grab him, and move to the side, that'd be 1 action or 2.
Aerial combat. I forgot to give mention of this. Anyone who's in aerial combat may move without taking an action.
Oh, okay. So that's 1 action just to grab him and move him.
Yep.
Okay. Move him to the side,
Okay. Let's see here.
and then I wait. I fly back up and wait.
Roll a stealth check, please, for both of you.
And that's with my dex.
Stealth. You'll have
Oh,
a
stealth
check.
isn't. Yeah. So I got 19.
Okay.
And then what do you say? It's like,
Do you have any advantage with stealth at all?
well, my darkness thingy that you said.
Okay, so you add a d4 to it.
D4. Yay! I got it. Hold on. Yeah, 10.
A 10? Okay.
10 and a 17, so we're 27 together.
Alright. Alright, that goes, and that's going to be your turn then?
Yeah.
Is
So
one
you use
action.
one action
After
point?
that, I fly back up.
Okay. Alright.
Glad I was already flying.
Okay, for every action you take, you can take an action for movement with aerial combat. So if you take an action to fly back up in the air, you have another action you can burn. Otherwise,
I want to save my point.
you can't really save it if you fly back up.
Oh, well then I take out my whip and get ready.
Okay. That being said, that's Bareth. That's your turn now.
Okay. I ethereal shock,
Okay.
and I'm getting ready to carve out the incense,
Okay.
and as soon as it pops out.
So you're basically crafting it, and you're basically holding action to fire.
Correct.
Okay.
As soon as its heads pop up,
Yep.
I'm hexing.
And what element are you again?
Earth.
Earth. Okay.
Could I change that?
No, because of the character's history.
Okay, cool.
So.
Just double checking.
So that's your turn then. You did 1 action, and that's it. And what are you taking to cast? What are you going to be casting?
I'm gonna be doing a demonic illusion
Okay.
of Carrick. I'm going to make another Carrick.
And put him where he was before.
Correct.
Okay. Roll a charisma check on that one.
Okay.
Oh.
18.
Okay. That's well noted. Thank you. Yeah. So after that, it goes to your turn, Carrick.
Alright. So how far did you move me from the original spot?
What's your agility?
My agility is 7.
You could move him up to 35 feet from his original location.
A little further than out of range of like the lava splash, basically.
Probably gonna be about 20 feet.
Okay, far as I can get him.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you're over there. Are you gonna save your action, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna try again to channel Wrath.
Okay. Take a D4 disadvantage on it.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 19.
Oh,
15.
15.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it succeeds.
Yay!
You feel a desire to not give in, but there is something connecting the two of you that she cannot resist, and you feel her power flooded once
You
more.
both feel really pissy about
Yeah.
something.
It's a really love-hate
It's
relationship.
a love-hate relationship.
It's an angry hate relationship.
So we have the connection now, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Send like calming baby thoughts.
Let's say, so, you send the Blood Warden after me. Are you too afraid to fight your own battles, child?
You're taking action to say that telepathically?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
Well, is Wrath a boy or a girl now?
A girl.
Oh no, it was a girl originally. Then John killed her. So I don't know what she got. I don't remember
I
what she
just
was
still think
reborn.
did.
it stayed the same.
You don't know.
Well, we saw the child. Well, we just
You could try to use it.
try to. Sure.
Yeah, you can try to use it.
Okay.
It's basically like flirting with a boy if she's not.
Oh well.
A small child boy.
Nat 20.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Nat 20.
And if I had to add to it, oh, I got
You got a nat 24. You like
Natural
tw-
24.
natural
Wrath is now in love with
24.
you.
It's a total of 28. If
It's cocked. Okay. Total of 28.
yeah,
All
with
right.
the nat and all that stuff.
two nats and plus charisma.
Okay. Okay. Let me see these out. Okay. As you do that, you feel a very strange sense of power over your control over Wrath. A power that you have not initially felt before. You feel better in control. Your anger, it's much less like going into a rage in D&D. It's more like a controlled burn. And you wait and wait, everybody just holding, waiting. The Hellworm does not emerge. Go ahead and do what you guys want to do. Hellworm doesn't emerge.
Should we put our weapons away?
Did you missee something?
I
I yell that up to the seer. Do you missee something?
Things change.
Did you make it leave? Did we scare it?
I'll burn one more action to talk to her telepathically.
Okay.
It's like, come on out, Wrath. You know you want to.
Roll a charisma check.
We're gonna die again. And for
My
good.
charisma sucks today.
7, total of 21.
21? I rolled a 10, which is guaranteed fail. So, let's see here. Cocked. Okay. You wait, and you can feel she's getting closer. And you hear rumbling again.
Are we still in combat?
No,
Okay, I'm gonna fly
your initiative
down.
rolls have ceased.
Okay, I'm gonna fly down and
I'll tell
cover behind.
I'm gonna tell everyone I made contact with Wrath.
Hey,
Okay, now you're just supposed to subdue her, so we don't actually have to fight her. Just convince her not to fight us.
that's not subduing.
Yes, it is. Subdue can be emotional, mental, or physical. Subdue do means put someone under your own will. It does not mean you have to fight them.
I don't think that's what they meant.
I don't care. I don't want to die. And she can kill you.
A lot of things can kill me.
Shut up.
A lot of things can kill you too.
Yeah. Shut up.
Speaking of which,
real quick.
before you say that, how you feeling over there? Looks like that acid got you.
Oh yeah, since we're out of
You
combat
took
now.
60
No.
points of hit points, right? 20?
16.
Oh, 16.
Out of combat, all of the 36 points of damage did reside, and acid damage.
Okay, quick question. Do I
Roll
have medical?
3 d20s for me, please.
Do I have
3d20s.
medical supplies?
Well, like, do I add it to anything or just straight?
Nope, just straight d20s.
Well, that was a fail. That was a 5. That's a 16. And that's a 3.
Do I have medical supplies?
No.
Okay.
So how much damage was that?
Total of 32.
Okay. I'm gonna do my touch of life
Okay.
and
Nice.
give him 17 health.
Okay.
Yay.
You are going to take
17.
half of that.
Oh, okay.
So half of that rounded up.
So that's 8.
Perception on how he looks. How, like, where the poison is and how does it...
So
The
Roll an
effect.
observance check.
can you see the pencil?
Yeah.
No, the pencil.
Oh.
I have paper.
22.
22.
22.
It's not so much him that's you're worried about. His armor is actually deteriorating from the acid damage.
I let you know your armor is decomposing.
Is it still wearable, or is it like to the point where I just
look down and
or do I
roll an
just need to
observance check.
take it off? 25.
25. It's still holding on.
Okay.
You can definitely still use it, but take that much acid damage again, and it might literally fall off of you and be unusable. So.
Like, did that affect the sword and the shield as well, or just the armor?
The armor.
Okay.
Because you did tank it, and possibly the shield as well, but it seems to be holding up.
Okay.
It's a shield. It's thicker than armor. It doesn't have to let you move.
That being said, roll observance checks.
Can I keep my 22?
No.
21.
17.
15.
Okay. You can see in the distance, you can feel Wrath getting closer, and you can hear a rumbling. And through the canopy of all the various cliff tops and tunnels, you can see, you can't quite tell at first, but you see the curve of a worm moving through. And then over here there's another one. And then it moves. You can't tell how many there are until they're about 100 yards from you, and all of a sudden 2 of them just pull out the original one that you saw first.
Yeah.
And another one, and Wrath is literally riding one of them.
That's hot. 'Cause it's lava.
Oh, I was gonna say she's 2.
But I want everybody to roll initiative again.
12.
Oh, wait. Hold on. That was the wrong dice.
You rolled a 12?
Yeah.
Nice. What'd you roll?
I got a 4 this
4?
time.
Okay.
Better than the 1.
Roll it again, please.
Oh. 5!
Okay.
2.
Wee!
What'd you get?
12.
12. What did you get?
7.
Okay.
This is new.
This is not good. Not good at all. Or maybe good. Try talking to her.
And you got a 7?
Yes. It doesn't always work for me.
And then
It's a baby now.
let's see here.
But it's still right.
Yes.
Probably keeps the memories.
emotional state of it is of a child, meaning that it can be comforted. I still have the mentality of an angel. I'm just corrupted.
Hey, just because you're not a baby doesn't mean you can't be comforted.
You're less likely to be comforted.
If I give you a hug right now, would you feel comfortable?
No, because you can't hug.
It would feel chilly.
Wouldn't that feel nice?
Yeah, honestly.
Just a nice hug before battle.
Goodbye.
As you wave through the wind, and it
There's
looks
something I need to
like
tell-
you're waving a fart away.
Hold on. Is there any confession you need?
This is the boiling point. The point I've been waiting for this character, okay? There's something I have to tell you. I'm the demon you fell in love with.
Fuck you!
I am the reason why you've fallen.
Why?
Because I wanted a way out of here.
Oh,
I thought you could help.
Roll charisma checks, please.
Can I have advantage? Because I am...
Yeah, you get. Yeah, go
Does
ahead.
it just
Take a
take away-
D4 advantage.
Does it take away my advantage?
No, you get to still roll with it.
So 14 plus 4.
Where'd my dice go?
I got 18.
And then I got a +7. I got a 20.
Okay.
18 to 20.
Yeah, I got 20.
Yeah, he's totally the demon you fell in love with.
Oh no, I believed him. This was if I attack him. Or try to.
Okay. All right. So that being said,
This is not good for before the battle.
Bareth, you're up first.
Okay. Real quick. Observation doesn't take a turn, does it?
No.
Okay. Does it look like they're attacking right now, or does it look like they're gonna stop and talk first?
It looks like they're gonna attack.
Okay.
They're charging at you.
I'm a little.
I'm gonna fly up and use what's the range of touch of death?
Touch of death. Touch.
Oh, okay. And I can't touch them right now because they're probably still too hot.
They're too far away.
Oh, I thought we were in range now. I'm
No.
gonna fly up into the air, as high as I can go, and take out my whip and get ready.
Okay.
What's the difference for blindness?
Distance for blindness.
It says visual.
Yeah.
To all visual.
Roll a ranged precision for it.
Can I
At that.
do observation to see if I can see what he's
If
doing?
they're not in immediate map zone, like you would on a typical play mat,
Yeah.
then I would have you roll a ranged precision to see if you could hit it.
So if it was on the map, I don't
You
have.
can just hit.
Okay, cool.
So
Double checking. When it comes closer, shield your eyes. I'm going to attempt to blind. Wait.
The
They don't
worms
know
are
eyes.
blind.
you target one. It's not. It's a
It's
mental
not a
blindness.
flashbang.
It's
It's
a
a
mental
spell.
blindness.
But they're already blind.
She's not.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. She's gonna start doing AoEs.
What is this AoE?
Area of effect.
You know what else has an area of effect? No.
What? Lots of things.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there was so many things you could have picked out of that.
Yeah, lots of things.
We're just arguing, waiting for the end
Yeah,
of
we're
doom.
just bickering. I am now slightly... I understand now why you like to annoy me. And why you picked to annoy me.
I'm gonna say since you took this conversation, it burns both of your turns.
No, I flew
Yeah,
up first.
it's burning both of your turns.
Yeah,
You're
but
both at the top of the list, but it's
Yeah, I flew up and then we talked.
yeah.
Because he can fly too.
I don't leave him. I don't fly up.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just yelling this conversation.
So
I'm 20 feet away from you to your left.
the little one seems a little bit faster, the one that Wrath is riding,
Yeah.
and she is coming straight at you, shooting up into the air,
Offer to get her a pony.
diving down at you. You gonna dex or you gonna tank?
I think you have to dex this.
I'm gonna dex it.
Okay. Roll a dex.
12.
What's your?
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Whew. Okay.
Carrick is now dead.
No, you healed him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. As you raise your shield up, coming down at you, this demon riding a hellworm, shooting off the rocks of the cliff, coming straight
You have
down
76
towards you.
health now.
Everything
76.
slows down for a
Yeah.
moment, and you're like, oh crap. And this round, like, eel-like maw with hundreds of little shark-like teeth inside of it. Cutting words.
You're an ugly eel. You need to brush your teeth. He goes home to brush his teeth.
Feels ashamed. Oh.
Brass just sitting. What are you? Why are you?
You're
doing
just
that?
a
Are
tiny
you-
pony.
Are you using a reaction to do this?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Roll a charisma check.
Oh wait, I
please.
didn't. Even.
And you take a d4 disadvantage because you do not have proficiency in this.
And
So let's put that down.
Yep.
Charisma.
Charisma.
come on.
That's my proficiency.
Yes.
You said I don't have proficiency in charisma.
You don't have proficiency with this as a skill, so.
Okay. Is this considered tempting too?
No,
Yes.
you're inefficient. You're insulting him, so no.
Okay, you're tempting him to go home and brush his teeth. Ah.
17.
That's a 21 on their charisma save,
Ah,
so.
It is a very charismatic worm.
It is. I tried, Carrick. I'm sorry.
So that burns a point
It
for
is.
you. You have no actions.
Yep.
'Cause I won't say
worms-
that the actual talking was an action. It just ruined your initiative ranking. But that totally fails. And as it's coming down to hit you, the maw opens up, and you take 14 plus, and you're dexing this, so you're taking the full thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is a total of 22, I think? No, 21. 21 bludgeoning damage.
50,
And you are
55.
pile drived down into the earth.
Trust me, it's 55.
Oh, what was it again?
It's 55.
Oh wait.
You have 55 left.
Roll a percentage check, please.
I'm worried about your existence.
$23.
23? Ouch. I even rolled under average and I still beat you. You are currently swallowed into its maw,
Fuck!
and it is currently slowly burrowing its way down back into the ground.
Can I take? So I'm in its maw right now.
Yes.
Can I take an action to just go like with the sword?
It is not your turn, so no.
And you might not want to do that where you are right now.
Underground.
In the lava.
So after that wrath and the worm, which she's kind of riding him, so they both run together. After that, it is your turn.
Oh.
So go ahead. You may try to attack it. You have a D4 disadvantage for attacking while you are inside the creature.
It's got its muscles in ya.
You have.
Taking notes from Matthew Mercer and a certain elf inside of a black dragon.
I would think you'd have like plus to hit because everything you hit is it.
No, trust me. When you're like this inside of a maw, it's
okay.
like,
Oh yeah.
sword.
What's your strength?
Just do this.
It's a 7.
7.
Wait, hold on. Well, what was my disadvantage if I did attack?
A D4, but I will say it can't dex out of it, so therefore you will automatically hit. You just don't deal as much damage.
Yeah, I'll just do
That
that.
makes sense.
Okay.
So do I just roll for damage then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck.
That's a 9.
A total of 9 damage.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I have wrath because I successfully channeled it. Yeah,
10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need pencil. We have pencils on the table.
Here.
Thank you. I have been working with a pen this entire time. It's not exactly the greatest thing to do. So that one. Alright, so that's one action.
Yeah. I'll take one more action to talk to Wrath again.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to convince Wrath for us to talk.
Come on, another nat 20.
Yeah, no, I'll tell her, it's like, your fight's not with me. You want to kill. Don't you want to kill John again?
For the first time, you mean? What do you mean again?
Not again. I say, wouldn't you like to have revenge and kill John?
Roll a charisma check.
Come on.
Well, that's a 12.
You don't get any response back.
Try again next turn.
Yeah.
Can't really do much else. Give me back my die.
Okay. So that burns 2 points for you. Is that your turn then?
Can I take one more action to try to talk to her again?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it's like, the other demons hated you. Wouldn't you like to be on top this time? Just prove to everyone that you are better than them, instead of this child that they see you as.
Roll a charisma check.
That might do better.
That is a 15.
15. That is a nat 1 on my turn.
Oh yeah!
So, I will say, going off of that, it goes to Grushin. And Grushin is just kind of hover flying over there, and she's just watching this from a distance, and she just smiles. And
I like the idea of Wrath being your second in command from now on.
Barrett, it goes back to you. What are you gonna do?
Can I? Is the other worm all the way under the ground?
No, the other worm is still back. It's not charged forward.
No, I mean the one that has him.
No, it's still on the surface of the ground, slowly burrowing down into.
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna on the tail end. I'm gonna wrap my whip around it and just pull and try and keep it from going under.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Strength of 8, so that's 13. I don't know what to make of your facial expressions.
They're all not good.
Yeah, none of them are ever
That's
good.
that's a 36.
Yeah, it's just, like I wasn't really trying to like keep it. I was just trying to slow it down a bit.
It's like it's like Snoopy riding a sinking ship. It's like, I'm going down.
She's like,
But the tail ends up flipping back around, and the worm ends up pulling itself out of the ground. Roll a percentage check, please.
41.
Complete zeros on my end, so it manages to spit you back out without spewing acid on you.
yay!
So, because you're only partially down its throat.
Kinda
It's
had it-
bleeding out the mouth a little bit.
You stabbed it. I like that you like staying in its mouth with your sword, just like.
I like my sword, but it was like.
Wrath sits atop the hellworm, just kind of sitting up there looking down at you. And in your mind, you can feel not words, but emotion. It likes the idea of having power over the seven.
So you desire to kill. After I'm like picking myself back up, it's like you desire to kill Wrath, but what is it that you really want? Power, dominion.
The ladies.
Tell me what it is.
Be quiet.
Lady.
get a mental telepathic picture back in your head, and you see a hatred for the other 6, for all demons, for all angels. She just hates everything.
What about you?
Is there a picture of me?
Hush.
Everybody hates you.
No, sorry. Of me.
Probably.
That being
Like a
said,
very big
I was
one.
like, it's thanks to me you were just recently reborn. If you join with me, I can give you that power, and much more. And if you want to, we could meet John again.
Roll a charisma check. Take a D4 extra advantage.
Okay,
So
so
D6.
1, 5,
It's 24 plus
5, because
Yeah.
I rolled this twice. So
24 plus 4, so it's 28.
actually, yeah, 24. Yeah, 28.
Trust me, I'm
28?
the math man. Okay. Would you quit taking my dice?
You keep putting it over here.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Roll a tiebreaker.
A tiebreaker. Do I add this to anything, or just straight?
No, just a straight tiebreaker.
14.
I rolled a 2!
As Wrath, the worm just kind of bends down, and as you look on, it is an unusual sight to see a hellworm not just ravenously eating everything. And she just kind of leans down. You can see she's actually carrying a long, jagged spike of slate. It's like a lance made out of flint, like arrowheads,
Alright.
but it's a long spear of just straight flint. And she's holding that as her only weapon.
Are we out of combat now?
Technically, yes.
I was just gonna wrap my whip. Hold it. So it's not
This
wrapped
is an
around the worm
amazing
anymore.
picture to have on the
Oh.
video.
I've seen that picture so many times, I love it.
Yeah, it is a good picture. But she leans down and she slowly, kind of like a chimpanzee, walks across the ground. She just kind of on all fours hops over to you, kind of like the apes in Planet of the Apes with her spear. And she bends down and puts her forehead on the ground in front of you.
Our party's gonna have a baby demon. I love this.
I put my hand out to her. Swear your fealty to me, and I will give you all you desire.
She slowly reaches up her one hand, and palm up, she lays it in yours.
As I pick her up, I will tell her I'll tell her some more encouraging words. Yay! It's like, John told me about the empire you once had. I'll be more than willing to give it back to you.
You can sense from her, she's very pleased about this.
Our party needs to take care of this baby like a normal baby. And just have it be evil sometimes. Please tell me you're rejoining the group. I want you back in the group with the baby. Do you still have the race sheet?
They're mixed up with
Okay.
places.
I should keep forgetting what color the Angel Nephilim eyes are.
Angel Nephilim eyes, when you summon your powers, actually glow bright white.
I mean, naturally.
Naturally, they're just eyes.
Oh, okay, so they could be any color?
Yes.
Okay. But they were like yellow or something.
At least you have a variety. I just got pitch black eyes. No matter what.
You're also the king of hell. Like the prince of hell or whatever, so...
I am the chosen one.
You're like you're like the.
I'm the avatar.
You're the anti-chosen one. You're like the evil chosen one.
I'm the avatar, but for all the sins.
After this, I am having to seriously come up with some epic battles for your party because this is broken.
What's broken?
What he's giving me, apparently.
Oh God.
As you touch her, you're gonna like lolly head pat her.
No, I'm just.
Pat her on the head. You know. It's
How you doing?
Not weird.
Well, no, like, so I'm holding her hand right now, so I'm like picking
Palm up.
her up. Yeah, palm up. So I pick her up. And let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna pat her, but I'll just like tussle her hair a little bit and be
Okay.
like,
Her hair is long. It's pretty much her only clothing. It's just, you remember the girl from The Ring?
yeah,
Imagine that, but like dreadlocks, and just greasy, long, and it is like the Thing almost,
Yeah.
but wild.
mm.
She
And
needs
as
a
you
bath,
do that,
clothes.
no, considering she's been in the wild, but I'm not going into descriptions.
No, I said she needs a bath and clothes now.
Okay. She kind of, her image just kind of phases, and it turns into smoke, and as it turns into smoke, it formulates into a ring in your hand. That is Wrath's fealty.
I'm putting that ring on.
You're gonna look like a pimp at the end of this
Putting the ring.
campaign.
Now that question. Now that like she's like swore her fealty to me, does that mean I have full control of Wrath now, or no?
Read the card.
Wait. Chain Wrath after once a day. Once per week. Summon Wrath as a familiar in battle. Yeah, so I read the card, but it's like I'm talking about like overall because of my curse.
You are not able to be tempted by Wrath. It's another freebie on the dice.
Oh!
So you got lust and wrath so far.
He has Wrath.
I just have Wrath.
Oh, you said another, so I just assumed it was his mom.
Well, no, he said so far.
So,
Woohoo!
anything as she disappears, the hellworms actually kind of just pull back into their caves and leave.
I told you we could just talk to her.
You will get a character sheet next week for Wrath, for when you summon her. You control her as well.
We have a demon baby.
Roll an observance check.
Well, that's a nat one.
That one? Okay.
Nat 20.
12.
Nat 20? Not you. Gushan flies down next to you and says, "We should return. But know this. With Wrath comes her pet."
Pet. You mean the bloodworms
Hellworms.
or the hellworms?
Her ride, specifically. I have seen it. It will be of great help in
It's a
battle.
fucking dragon. Is
Let us return to Beelzebub and tell him the news.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
As you return, I won't make you, do all the travel rolling and everything. You're able to make it back. Anything you guys want to do on the way?
I'm going to. Do I have? You said I don't have medical supplies.
No.
Do we see any small creatures along the way?
Roll an observance check.
Fucking no.
It's a hellscape.
Can I use that natural 20 for observance?
For what?
Blood.
You're looking for blood.
Looking for blood. Something that has blood. Other than these two.
Okay.
Those three. Sorry.
Hellworms are gone. Those three, Gushan, keeps her blood to herself. So no.
course. Okay.
No one around you is bleeding. You wish you were.
So weird.
Well, on the journey, I'm going to ask each. Let's say, Gusha. Obviously, I'm gonna keep that between her and I. What she wanted. It's what do you two most desire?
I want out of here. I told you I'd follow you if you got me out.
return where? To heaven?
Honestly, just no.
Just
They
out of-
banished me for falling in love with a demon. I don't want to go back there. I just want out of this. It's hot down here. I like it hot.
I would like a body and to escape this place.
Don't let him have yours.
I'm not gonna take his. I didn't know he was going.
You tried to take mine, so I'm just warning him.
And what would it take for you to get out? Do you know of any ways?
Of course.
I mean,
there's 3 different paths.
There's 3 paths out of here, but I can't fight death. And
Angels
aren't exactly my friends right now.
But the demons also have a gate out of here as well.
They
Roll a knowledge check, both of you.
and then I got advantage. 13 plus 8. 21.
21. You have personal experience seeing Beelzebub. Demons of the Council of Eight are able to summon a gate at will.
Well, I mean, you have one of the 8 swore fealty to you. She could just create a portal out of here for us.
That is true. We'll see what happens when we get
And
back.
if you let me out, like I said, I'm your knight.
You do know that you are currently under fealty to Beelzebub.
I am? Why? Oh,
You are fallen, but there's a reason you're left allowed in the castle, a previous angel. Both of you are under Gushan. All 3 of you are basically work for Gushan.
okay. Is there a way to work with him and be under?
Probably not. He's kind of possessive.
And then,
If you get me out of my contract with Beelzebub, that too.
I'll see what I can do. And for you, you desire a body more than anything else?
I can't escape through here without a body. What I want is not to be in this hell.
If he
I'd like
tries
to be
to leave,
alive.
he basically puff away.
I want out of this hell.
Bitch.
I want to be alive again.
When we get back to Beelzebub, let me see what I can do.
Okay. So you get
Do-
back.
Quick question. Do I sense lying? Do I sense that he's trying to
Roll a charisma check.
okay.
Both of you.
I've long stopped caring.
I'm not lying.
I've long stopped caring. I'm not even looking for a lie. I'm just telling him what I want.
I mean, I'm not lying to you, but if you think
24.
I am.
24.
It's
Yeah.
hell. I'm used to people lying to me.
Alright, yeah, I got like a 14.
Okay.
I got 24.
There's absolutely no way you could be lying at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's telling the truth.
I mean, I wasn't lying to you anyways.
It's hell. I'm just double checking.
Yeah, I mean, like, I only didn't check because I don't care anymore. So, yeah, this is a pretty lie-heavy
I'm
place.
not gonna give to hope so easily. And I
He's a player character. Just let him do what he wants.
as much as a ghost can, bows.
Yeah. So back to the castle, I guess?
Okay. You end up making it back, climbing up and through the halls, through the various gates, and you find yourself in front of the throne. It's been about 7.5 hours.
Damn, that was a quick adventure to take.
It wasn't very far.
No, I'm saying, like,
And-
you took you 7 hours to get fealty from one of the 8 strongest demons in the world.
Itchy back. But you go up to the gate to the main chamber, and that's where you are.
So, like, is Shalom in the room as well?
No.
Okay. I have returned. And I show him I raise my fist up and show him the ring.
As you raise up your fist, the ring gives off a dark glow, and it glows the same way on the doors, and the doors open for you.
I walk walking.
Are we gonna be allowed to follow him in this time or not?
You can try.
I bow. And I wait to see if you want us to follow.
See. May they enter.
You hear nothing back.
I'll come back for you guys.
Thank you. And then I sit down and take out my tarot cards.
I
and
kneel
chalk
towards
on them.
you.
And I enter in.
Grushan has disappeared.
Okay.
She's wandered off.
Okay.
You walk up the steps alone. The doors have closed behind you. And you enter into the chamber with all 8 chairs. The throne that had a very faint light in it is now burning a brilliant black flame.
Compared to the other flames, are they just normal flames?
Mhm.
And then this one's just like huge but black?
It still is about the same size in the little alcove in the chair,
Okay.
but it is black. It still gives off a strange, like, necromantic light.
Okay.
Was
So
this
it's
the
still
one that was
small?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's still small, but it's black instead?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same size as all the others, but it's a black. Did
Okay.
you ever see the Naruto series?
I never
where-
watched Naruto.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't.
Just imagine black fire.
No, I know. I could imagine Blackfire. I'm just like trying to see like what's the size of it now
It's the
compared
same size compared to all the others.
to. Okay.
So
So the
it's-
only one that's like fizzled out is Envy's then.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of a little torchlight, it's bigger.
But it's
As-
black.
Right.
As you step in, you notice that Beelzebub also is sitting in his chair. You look around. What do you want to do?
So, with this ring, I take it I've earned my spot.
He is kind of leaned over on the side of his chair. Yes. You have earned the title of one of the Council of 8. Take your place amongst us.
I sit down at the chair.
Okay. You step up. There is a spherical platform that raises it up from the center. In the middle of the floor, it's kind of like a pentagram drawing
Alright.
etched into the floor. And as you step up, the ring still stays on your finger, but the shadowy form of Wrath just kind of shoots out and skitters around the back behind the chair.
Okay.
And she kind of crawls up and perches on the back of the chair behind you as you sit there. Her lance still in her hand, and she just glares at Beelzebub. As you take your place, the other flames in the room that are lit. Give me a second here. It's so fitting.
What did he roll, like a nat 1 for sloth or something?
You just hear a snore. Turns out Sloth has always just been behind his chair.
Okay. Every single flame, except for the one immediately to the left of Beelzebub, begins to burn black, and Envy's does not.
It's still out.
Yes, the red one next to Beelzebub is, from what you can tell, roll a knowledge check.
I mean, I was gonna ask him, but like 22.
22. You understand enough of demonic language from your research. It says that it is the seat of pride.
The seat of pride.
Yes.
Mhm.
And empty, but every single other throne lights up black as one by one all of the seven sins appear and take their place at the thrones.
So I look at Beelzebub. So I know that's Pride's chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see-
And Envy is no longer there.
Yeah.
She's not there as either.
So outside of Envy, all the others, except for Pride here as well, refuse to acknowledge me in the council.
They don't always appear when summoned. But acknowledgement is not something that is given. It is something that is taken.
What would it take to bend Pride?
You would have to defeat all of them and him. He is unbending.
He hasn't met me then.
I think he will enjoy meeting you.
I look forward to it, my lord.
As you do this, the seven sins are as follows. There is, at the seat of gluttony, is a man, long white hair, as opposed to what usually a demon has, dressed in brilliant greens, purples, and golds, with a purple mask, and a long, straight cane with a jewel on the top. And he stands there, kind of twirling it, waving it back and forth in his fingers, and he looks, well, isn't this a nice change of scenery? Finally, we have someone who's not so arrogant in that seat. It's wonderful.
How does Wrath look?
I imagine she's just hissing like a cat.
She is just glaring and hissing at him.
I don't know if it's just me. I find Wrath adorable. It's just hilarious and adorable.
Sloth, a female figure, literally looks like, what's the water? What do you call one of those girls that is just don't care, shut in Japanese?
It's cool.
Yeah,
Something?
I don't know, but she's just literally in her seat, just kind of half asleep, just kind of just laying there. She wears blue and black. It's a long, flowing dress. Not quite sure what to take from her.
Alright.
But from what you can see,
She doesn't care.
she doesn't care, but she's one of those girls that you would look at and you'd be like, even though she doesn't care and she would probably be a drag in my life, she looks pretty nice. I might want to take her out on a date if she'd wake up for it.
And wasn't your aunt.
But, you know, it's one of those kind
Yeah.
of looks. Let's see here. What other ones do we have? Envy's not there. Pride's not there. We did Gluttony. We have Wrath.
Sloth.
We have
We just,
Sloth.
Yeah, we just did Sloth. So two more. You got Greed and Lust.
Greed sits
We know what greed looks
immediately to your left.
Oh, well.
like. Hey, dude.
And you are on the you're on the right side of the main throne,
Yeah.
and you are the farthest on the left hand side, or on the right hand side. Greed looks over at you, and you recognize him. He's like, I am surprised you have ascended to such a place so quickly. You are very promising. And you've already seen him.
Yeah.
Dressed in French Louis the 14th type attire, but black with gold trim and buttons. A braided, long black hair. And then immediately next to him is your mother. She wears a long red dress with transparent sleeves. And she has, as opposed to the normal black hair, she actually has brown hair. and she sits, and she just looks at you. She says nothing, but she is obviously pleased.
Whenever I want to make 2 observation checks on the last 2. Like whenever Greed talks to me and says, you're promising, can I try to sense what his intentions are with his words?
Sure, go ahead.
That's observance or charisma?
That would be an observance check.
Okay. Well, that's a 9.
Yeah, he's cryptic.
Yeah. And then my mother, I just want to like study her face to see what I can get off of that.
Okay.
Well, I got robbed. That's a 2.
You see a mother's love.
Yeah.
That's about it.
She allow you.
So, now that they have all
She a
assembled
bitch, but
and
she
you
allow
can
you.
see everyone around you,
Yeah.
Beelzebub looks at you and says, of course, with the seat comes all the abilities and gifts of a demon of the Council of Nine.
Oh, that's cool.
First, the first floor of the palace is yours. You may come and go as you please. All possessions therein, if any, are yours. You have permission to use this gate, and he motions to the floor. It can take you anywhere in the mortal plane. You may come and go as you please. And finally,
He's giving you all this stuff. I wonder what I'll get.
and finally, come to me.
Alright. So I get up and go towards him.
You step up to his throne, and your mother, she turns to Beelzebub and says, may I? It's been so long since I've been able to see my son, and it's his birthday.
Oh yeah, it's still your birthday.
And he looks at her and says, very well.
99th birthday.
And she steps out of her chair, and she looks at you and says, turn around.
I do turn around. Of course, mother.
She reaches out, and you can feel her touch your back.
Holy shit.
And as you do, you feel an extension of your body that feels natural and strangely familiar.
You just got your
As
fucking wings.
brilliant black
You're-
wings spread out, cracking through your existing armor and the damage it had taken. It falls to the ground, and you stand there, awesome Kylo Ren, shirt off.
Except looking a little less gross. To be honest, he looks kind of gross without his shirt off.
Says the person that's not in the room.
Well,
Okay,
yeah, you don't know
look
who
less
Kylo
gross
Ren
than
is.
Kylo Ren is, but
Yeah.
it's more like, what's his name from the DC Comics?
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, this
The one with the wings that always
Oh,
goes around with his shirt off. But
Oh,
anyway,
Angel from X-Men.
yeah, kind of like that. But you have long, brilliant black wings.
I don't remember. Are the demon wings, are they like black and feathery or black and leathery?
Black and feathery.
Okay.
But with that, you gain the feat aerial combat.
Wow!
Every time you use an action during your turn, you may also move.
Can I see the pencil, please?
Yeah, he has it.
I won.
You do not have to take the action if you want to use flight movement. But unlike normal Nephilim wings, these can be summoned, or they are pretty much permanent.
They can't go back in?
They don't.
Okay. Still badass.
I can like erase all these slash lines I did because it was a dream. So I still have everything.
Yeah, you didn't lose all your stuff.
You do not have
Actually-
the breastplate anymore. It just cracked and fell to the
I have everything else. Minus breastplate.
Could be repaired or something.
They'd probably get new armor at this point.
Considering the acid damage it took, it's...
So
even
I have
repairing it
everything
would be a
else but the
nightmare.
breastplate.
Yes.
It's like sometimes with like a computer, sometimes you just better just get it.
I'm gonna put here as a side note. I got my wings.
And do you turn around to look at your mother?
Yes.
Okay. As you do so,
Flapping them
she
happily.
reaches up and takes your mask,
All right.
runs her hand along the side of your face. My beautiful boy.
It's been too long, Mother.
I don't think you need this anymore. And she tosses it over the edge.
I look her in the eyes. I couldn't agree more.
So, I must be going. But
Bye,
it was
Mommy.
good seeing you. Come and visit me again.
Of course.
I will be in Central City most of the time. And she goes back to her chair and vanishes, and
Phew.
the flame turns red once again.
All right.
And all the other 5 that were there also disappear. Actually, 4.
4.
I keep track of these.
Oh, yeah.
I try. Beelzebub sits in his chair behind you and says, "Well, you have conquered one. Do you dare try to take more seats?"
In order to defeat this curse and turn it into the blessing that it should have been all those years ago, then yes, I'm ready to take that task. However, I could be wrong, but I don't think Greed's too happy with my ascension.
He is preoccupied, I think. Moving himself and his host from being gold to a woman. It has both made him stronger and weaker.
Weak how so?
He is distracted.
By her.
Yes. I would recommend destroying him before you destroy her, if you can. If you destroy her first, it will only anger him and make him stronger. But I fear he is out of your reach.
For now.
Try Sloth.
She's very talented.
She is not to be underestimated, though, and do not think she will be as easy to defeat as a child.
Yeah.
And Wrath, from her perch, just hisses at him again.
And what about Envy? Do you know anything about this Lily Nethel?
He just, you can see him grit his teeth in disgust. She will be interesting to defeat. She has many allies. Envy thinks of herself as purified and redeemed. That is why she is no longer welcome in his council. But also do not underestimate her.
I was given the advice to raise an army to accomplish my goals.
That you will have to do on your own.
I figured. But it's a task I'm willing to take.
Your time is yours, and the gate is yours. Go where you will.
I have one more question, though, my lord.
He gets up and he's turning to walk away, but he stops.
For those who've helped me, in particular,
Very
Bareth and the ghostly apparition, may I add them to my collection for my army that I'm trying to raise?
Roll a charisma check.
Come on. 10 plus.
14.
Okay. He looks at you and he thinks for a moment and he says, "Perhaps take a couple more seats. Then I'll think about it."
As you wish.
And he steps down and He kind of just glides off of the edge and turns into a trail of smoke towards the palace.
Okay. So, is Wrath still in the, like, on top of the thing, like her spirit?
Yes.
I look at Wrath and be like, it's going to take a bit of time, but if you're patient, all will come.
She just sits there and glares at you. Having been too young for speech, she doesn't talk. She just hisses most of the time.
Until then, we have quite the journey ahead of us. We will make you stronger.
She just smiles a wild, toothy grin at you.
And then, I point at the ring. Come, let us go.
She has smoke back into your ring.
And I walk out, meet you guys.
I'm still kneeling in front of the door.
Considering you have wings,
Or actually,
you don't need to walk out.
that is true.
Well, I mean, it'd probably take a bit of effort to use them, so... You probably look more badass if you walked out. With the wings, like...
No, I'll hide the wings for now. Actually, no, I
They're
can't.
Permanent.
You've
They're
got to
permanent.
think of how to make yourself look cool with the wings.
No, I'll try to... Actually, no, I can't even hide them either. No, I'll just
I can
walk
teach
out.
you how to make them look like a cape like I do.
It's like, I'll just like... Yeah, I'll just walk out. I'll have the wings out. And I'll be like, I think it went pretty well.
I'm sitting there kneeling as much as a ghost can.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Judging. It's like, I think it went pretty well. As for your freedoms, Belazub said he would consider whenever I take a few more seats in the council. Till then, if you don't mind being patient.
So, you're one of the council now?
Precisely.
Well, if you ever need help training how to fight and fly, or, like I said, I can teach you to hide the wings. There's a cape. I'm here. Stuck.
I appreciate it, but the fact that I'm part of the council, I'll be back a lot more often. Traveling to and from where I go.
It's just whether you look for me. I'll come if you summon. I have to.
I'll look out for the both of you, but know this. I do swear that when Belzebub does reconsider, I will give you both your freedom.
I kneel down on one knee and say, thank you.
I haven't left
You have my
position.
gratitude and my loyalty if you pull through.
Till then, and so you said the first floor is like all to me or something like that, or
The first floor of the palace.
of the palace. It's like, till then, would you care to give me a tour of the first? Like, are they allowed in the?
No.
No.
The palace is literally a 7-floored palace.
Okay.
It is the home of the 7.
All right.
He could,
Which-
with his authority, he could basically invite.
He
us
could
in.
invite you in, but you've never been in there before, so giving him a tour is kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Let's say till then, as my gratitude, which thank you both for your help earlier today. Would you like to see what the first floor of the palace is like?
It was better than sleeping on the rocks, which I was going to go do now. So, I'm in for it.
What do my jobs entitle?
When you're summoned,
Yeah, we're
Just
just
when
summoned to do
summoned,
odd jobs.
you are literally tools. So
I don't know how long I'll be able to stay.
it's not like hell is currently amassing an army to conquer the world.
At the moment, we just got summoned for a mission. We probably got a little bit before we're summoned again.
You never know when a new one comes in.
So yeah, I invite them. Go to the first floor of the palace.
How do you go there? The various floors of the castle are open because demons fly.
All right.
You could fly there.
All
Yeah.
three of us can fly, so.
Let us fly.
All right.
I correct your
Roll an-
posture and
Roll an
stuff.
agility check.
Oh boy.
Can I add to it?
Go
Correct
ahead
his
and
posture
add
stuff?
half your charisma.
I got an
score.
18.
An 18.
So a 20. A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. All right. Yeah, that will succeed enough.
Yeah.
With a little bit of coaching, you are able to get a decent glide in.
Woo.
And hold your height. It is strange. You will definitely have to get used to this. You can also, the feat aerial combat is also a proficiency. It allows you to build skills specifically designed around aerial combat.
Alright.
Get a spear, do dive bombs, stuff like that.
Yeah! Just, copy all the skills that the DM has tried to use against you.
Yeah, I was about to say, could I just use Greed's attacks and just make them as my own?
Just pick people up and drop them.
All the skill building, rules still apply. That being said, you glide down. I'm gonna get a better ambience going in here because this has been bugging me.
So as we're flying though, so how long did it take for you to get used to your wings?
Well, I mean, I was born with them, so it was kind of like getting used to my legs. So, a couple years.
Not
Right.
even that. Born with them as
Oh,
a
wait,
mature
I wasn't-
being.
I was born a mature being.
You were
Okay, never mind.
created as a mature being.
Probably about a week, 2 weeks.
So.
You just learn as you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like I said, you ever need advice, just come to me.
I just had
Appreciate it.
trouble holding my form. Everything else came easy.
You're flying. Well, your flying's kind of necessary.
Like I said, the hard part was holding my form. Once I could do that.
So, at the palace.
You don't even need to touch the doors. As soon
Oh.
as you raise your hand with the ring on it, the doors just kind of glow again.
It's
Kind of like a pass key, pretty much.
Oh, it's like, well, I'm gonna start getting used to this.
The doors open. There is a main stair that ascends the main tower. But on the other side, you can see each floor hundreds of feet above each one.
Alright.
There is a terrace that goes all the way around, and there is a door on the northern side of each floor, opposite of the southern gate that enters. You have current permission to be on the first.
Yeah. That being said, I guess I'll just go tour around the first floor to see what it's all about.
What's the floor made out of?
The floor is marble. For considering what materials are there for building things in Hell, looks like pretty much everything here has been imported. Even wood. And imagine the wealthiest palace you can imagine without the glitz and glamour. And that's how it's designed. It's built out of high quality materials. But it was obviously built here.
Is it
wasn't just
Is it cool?
clean?
not necessarily. It's clean though, yes.
Okay.
Um,
You have a nice place here.
Oh, before I decide to just walk around on my own, I try to I asked Wrath. It was like, could it give me a tour?
she pops out. This is considered your summoning for the day.
That's fine.
She pops out. She's kind of, still running around. She does not manifest her spear. But she does go up to the door. It's up to you to open it.
Okay, I open it.
She goes in. Make an observance check.
All of them? Or just one?
You can as well.
25.
25.
10.
The apartment
24.
is massive. There are various platforms. Some of them set up as, reading areas, eating areas. It's basically an open mansion designed for a person who can fly. And since it's like your own private bedroom, there's no reason for, having multiple rooms and walls.
Alright.
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I was imagining, like, if you actually do rejoin the group and we ever need a place to, like, stay while we're in the woods or something, but then if you bring us here, we won't be able to get anywhere because we can't fly.
There are stairs for,
Oh, okay.
when you do want to have people there. It does look like it's designed for people who can and can't fly.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Probably.
Where's the bathroom? Oh, up there.
Oh man.
Oh, man!
Off the back balcony. balcony.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll just go to that window over there.
It's the souls.
The place is covered
Piss into
in
the soul.
dust, cobwebs.
I thought I was having a bad
There is
day
a little
before.
bit of furniture here and there. The bookshelves in the reading area is empty.
Okay.
There are like various, screens and sheets on the bed. It looks like a woman's bedroom, as far as what furniture is there.
Mm.
But it's kind of desolate,
Kind of desolate.
empty.
Like nothing else stands out in the room. Like no chest.
Upon a closer look, you might look around and find something, but
Nothing
not
really.
really.
Real nice place.
Yeah, so care to show me what this place was like before for you?
I don't think she has that ability.
Remember she like telegraphed to me stuff or feelings and emotions?
Pictures?
Feelings, emotions,
Or-
the vision you had was not her doing.
No, she sent. I thought pictures.
Yeah, remember she sent pictures to me of like stuff that she wanted when I was talking to her before I subdued her. I was thinking that maybe she could do that to me again with her memories.
During that fight?
Yeah, like during the fight, you said she did that. And so I was thinking that maybe with her memory, she could show me what her place used to look like.
Don't remember it being pictures, but sure, I'll go with it.
Alright.
You, just at a glance, you can see a vague, like, ghostly image. You guys can't.
Nah,
But you see
I'm
servants moving around the room, organizing, cleaning. You see Wrath as a mature, elegant woman with white wings, blonde hair. The stark opposite of what she is now. Moving around the room, reading books, and keeping an eye on her servants. She is harsh with them. You can see that they fear her. They stay out of her way, but the room is draped with lots of different silks and tapestries. Lots of the transparent, silks and whatnot to add the sense of a room without actually blocking flight paths. Various rooms. There is a dried out pool that you can see once had crystal clear, cool water in it.
Okay.
A place where guests and she could enjoy different temperatures. There was an area that was set up for sparring and combat, and weapons racks. And as the vision fades, you can see Wrath is curled up kind of like a cat on the bed.
Oh, that is so cute.
I'm trying to sweep away the cobwebs and realize I can't get rid of the cobwebs.
We might get you a body, buddy.
I'm like,
Roll a dexterity check. No.
yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm trying to clean. I'm trying to clean up the place, man. I'm sorry. I tried.
It's a nice place. Could use a little tidying. Try to restore it to its former glory.
Also, the back wall, the entire back wall of the palace, is one massive, one after another windows. You can see a massive hellscape out before you. There is a balcony as well.
Okay. I'll go to the balcony to see what the view's like.
The view is massive. From this height on the mountain and where it's placed, you can see beyond the black walls. You can see the lava fields and the plateau where the hellworms live. Off to your far left, just around the corner, you can see the River of Souls just slowly curving massively, kind of like the Mississippi does through Alabama.
Yeah.
Just super wide and lots of little islands. it's curving like that through hellscape. You can see mountains in the distance and volcanoes. As you can see, the mountain you are on is part of a chain of mountains that curves around. And on the other side of that is where the river flows. And off in the distance, you even see a dragon just breathing fire and flying through the hellscape. And on the platform is another teleportation pentagram.
Okay, cool.
I look at the teleportation engram. Does it say anything on it?
Roll an observance check.
The teleportation.
Heck yeah. 26.
It does have various demonic enchantment inscriptions.
Is it in any way, shape, or form familiar to my hexes?
Slightly, but much more advanced.
Okay. I'm gonna try to memorize what I'm looking at.
Sure, go ahead and roll an observance check.
Do I see any?
27.
Oh, sorry.
Roll another
okay.
one. Or actually, this is a knowledge check.
Okay.
For the memorization.
21. No, wait. 21? Yeah, 21.
You can, by looking at it and studying it, you can hold the image in your mind, but you know you don't have enough detail to be able to draw it somewhere else and reproduce it.
Okay.
And if you did, it would probably destroy you if you tried to use it. Because you've seen other things use similar hexes in the past and just to oblivion.
Okay.
Do I see any angelic writing around?
Make an observance check.
We're all rolling high.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. On the bottom of the bed, the baseboard of the bed, there is an inscription in angelic. You, from remembering Wrath in her younger days, or her older forms, she did hold to angelic as her language of choice.
What does it say?
It's a little poem about what is mine is mine.
That's cute.
I'm not going to write out the poem for you right now.
No,
'cause I
I
just
meant
don't want to
just
spur the
vague.
moment that, please.
Yeah, just.
I'm not Matt Mercer.
I'm looking for the key words in the poem, though. Can you...
I want the themes and the imagery. No, I
Go
just,
ahead and roll an observance check.
Okay. A what? An observance?
Observance.
17.
17. Yours?
11.
11. Are you going to roll for this?
Yeah, might as well. That's a 12.
12. Oh, well. There is something unique about it. You do notice something strange about it. You kind of remember a poem like this being used to hide personal items.
I kind of kneel down and look at it.
Stick my head through
I'm
it.
not gonna. No, I wave through you
Go,
to try
go
and
ahead.
stop you.
Roll an observance check.
14.
Inside, there is some kind of canister hidden chamber area. You're not quite sure how to open it yourself, and you couldn't even if you tried. But there does seem to be some kind of very long oak box, ivory box.
Does it look
inside.
trapped?
Roll an observance check.
14.
No.
Okay. There's a canister in a hidden room. It's like a lockbox. It doesn't seem to be trapped.
I look to Wrath. I say,
You shouldn't pry into her personal things, dude.
it's like, would you like to be reunited with your old belongings?
I stick my face in your stomach. What did you eat?
Nothing. I haven't eaten in 1,000 years.
You get the sense from her that there are spots in her memory. That she doesn't remember a lot of this. She remembers some of it, but she doesn't remember this.
Can you read angelic?
No, I can't.
I'll teach you. Reading the poem would open the secret.
You can try.
I'm not going to pry into her personal things, but if you wanted to open, this poem has something to do with the hiding place.
Okay, so you're gonna teach me the poem?
Mine is mine.
I can teach you to read it. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge check.
Do I know the language?
16.
No, you do not. Okay. 16? No.
I can't teach him.
No. It's the angelic language is like reading advanced Elvish in fantasy terms. It's gonna take you a freaking long time to learn how to read that.
Well, I was just gonna tell him what it says. I wasn't gonna.
Oh, well, you can read it out loud to him, yes. The translation is rough. Roll an observance check.
25.
Oh, well, that's 20 above what I got. So, as you're looking over this, the poem seems, along with the language, to actually focus around a point. One of the letters looks a little off.
I'll touch the letter.
Okay.
The one that seems to be.
It flares white just for a second, and the whole bottom section of the bed pops open.
I look up at Wrath. Is this okay?
She looks like a curious cat, wondering what the heck is in here.
All right, so open it up.
Okay. Inside is a long ivory box with depictions of an angelic war with demons scribed across the entire thing.
Do I feel anything from it?
Roll an observance check.
17.
17. You can sense a holy presence from it.
You might not want to mess with that. It's holy. If you want, I can pick it up, but I'd probably be just as hurt. You haven't rested from our fight.
Yeah, actually, I'm just thinking. I'm just like, It wouldn't hurt just to open it. I'm not gonna wield it though. So
I mean, I feel it. Don't touch it. I will break it out because you're hurt right now, and it might hurt you. It's holy.
Am I being hurt just being near it?
No.
So, do you want me to take it out for you?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna look to Wrath. It was like, have any slight idea what this could be?
She looks up at you and she is just as curious as you. She does not remember.
Alright.
No, it's fine. I'll open it.
Okay.
So yeah.
You click both of the ends, fold it open. Inside is a long, elegant lance. It has feather patterns near the tip. It looks like the entire length of it is carved from one long piece of ivory.
Can I remember, does it look like anything like her slate lance?
It's a similar type weapon.
Oh, I meant design-wise.
Have you
It's a
seen
lance.
this when you were an angel? It looks like probably a weapon from the angels.
Oh, well, I'm from the beginning of time, so let me check. Plus. So, 21.
21. You didn't spend much time with Wrath before your fall. She was very high ranked and she fell before you, so you do not remember any details about this weapon. The blade itself appears to be a form of steel you do not recognize. It even has hints of gold and silver engraved into it, and pretty much every inch of this weapon is both deadly and the most beautiful weapon you've ever seen.
Yeah.
From my knowledge of angels, they don't like the unpure touching their things. So it's probably unwise to touch this, or it could hurt or vaporize us.
On top of that, it's not even a weapon I'm truly interested in, though it is quite beautiful. I look to Wrath. I suggest you reunite with your old lance instead of the slate that you currently have.
It might vaporize her.
I will sacrifice myself to see if it vaporizes something that is evil.
Well, this is her weapon. I wouldn't see why not.
It was once her weapon when she was holy.
She is no longer holy. Do you know of the staircase to heaven?
I wasn't taught much when I was younger. My mother and father hid that knowledge
Merely
from me.
touching it as an impure being vaporizes someone. This is a high-ranking angel weapon. Touching it could kill her. Again.
As I said, I will sacrifice to double-check this theory.
No. I made a promise to you. We'll find someone else who's expendable. But for now, we'll leave it be then.
You did, before the conversation occurred, you did look at Wrath. Wrath does look like she wants to reach out and touch it.
I say it's unwise, but it's not my say. It's up to you.
Does something look evil inside this room? Other than the people that are in it?
I'm not evil. I'm
Is
just
any
corrupted.
dark or around here? Even if it's drapes.
It's evil drapes.
Made from
Not
dark souls.
really. This place has been absent from someone else's or something else's presence for so long that it's kind of neutral.
You might summon an imp.
Would you say my ethereal chark is evil?
In and of itself, no.
Would you say it's pure?
It is neutral.
Okay,
So it's
then.
not pure.
So anything unpure would
How
be...
much chalk do I have?
You have one piece. It's kind of delegated to you on a need-to-have basis. Kind of like weapon dispersion to an army.
Not like rations to an army?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Kind of have to account for every time you use it, kind of thing.
It's not really yours. You could be punished.
Oh, trust me, I'm already thinking that. Does it seem to have a hex on it? Or the opposite of a hex?
Roll an observance check. Yeah, you can check for that. Take a D4 advantage on it.
Observance?
Yeah.
19.
19?
19. Yeah, that's a 4. No, it is not hexed.
Is there an illusion over it?
I would say from your observance, it is a lance in a box.
Okay.
I looked at Wrath one more time. I say, do you remember this weapon? Did you ever wield it back in your glory days?
She does not remember it. But it is obvious she wants to touch it. Something about it is drawing her to it.
I want to touch it.
Very well. I let her proceed.
Okay.
Do what you must.
Don't kill your baby rat. I like your baby rat.
All right, that's a crit 20. She reaches out, and I was mentally arguing whether or not to go ahead and do this for you, but hey, it's a crit 20, so she succeeds.
Okay.
She explodes.
The entire first floor, kaboom, crunch.
There's now a 6th floor passage.
No, I'm kidding.
The second floor is now the first floor.
Does that mean you have full run of the 2nd floor?
No, it means he is dead.
Yeah, that's.
Play.
I have full access with my dead body.
Ooh.
She reaches down. She's still sitting on the bed, but she reaches down, picks it up, and before you can react, you can see it starts to have a searing, burning effect. And she doesn't turn away from it, but the burning effect suddenly shoots up her arm and encompasses her body, and it's like it burns away her exterior. And in the flash of light that occurs, you blink, each of you stop seeing for a moment, and in front of you, long blonde hair, fully mature form, is Wrath, sitting before you as you would have remembered her. You do remember her actually seeing her like this.
Holy!
I dropped down.
Oh my gosh!
I look at her. Welcome back.
She's a good, she's a good looker. I'd just say that much. I don't think I need to describe anything else.
Yes, she was.
This is less about that she's hot, more about, oh, baby no longer baby.
Double.
I mean, you no longer feel guilty looking at a pretty much child that is only clothed with hair.
Yeah.
It is not an adult woman clothed with hair.
Thank goodness. Now I can get actual advice.
Hey, I thought I was doing pretty good.
No, I meant from an actual sin, not a child's sin.
But
I'm kneeling.
As much as a ghost can kneel.
Yes.
I'm amazed and kind of frozen and standing at attention because,
Yeah, you are.
not that kind of thing. Like a Ken doll down there. No. Kidding.
She's looking down at the lance with a bit of wonder and amazement, and she looks up at you, and she's just kind of like sitting there with her legs off to the side and holding it, and she looks at you and she says, "This was unexpected."
Hello, nurse.
I'm still looking down.
He's like, unexpected, yes, for the fact you were just a child and not born just too long ago.
I didn't think this backup plan would have had to trigger, but it seems I am no longer myself. I no longer belong to myself.
Yes, you belong to me,
Oh my god.
but...
Trevor's gonna have to go home and turn on the internet.
No! I was like, don't be a dick to the angel lady.
Hold
Wasn't what
on,
I
let
was
me-
thinking.
She's not a sin anymore. Well, I guess technically she is.
They burned away the evil, I thought, so.
Roll an observance check.
Can I get advantage because I'm an angel?
Yeah.
18?
You've heard of backup plans for demons like this before, objects that can restore knowledge and previous physical form. This is something that higher ranking demons who risk time in the mortal realm and have to be rebirthed here on the demonic plane have in hopes of somehow coming into contact with it again. And if doing so, are able to regain at least a part of what they were before, if not all of it, depending on the strength of the enchantment.
But yeah, you belong to me, but however, I did make a promise to you to restore everything that you once had.
So is she still a demon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She just, her time as a demon was spent more acting like an angel.
Okay.
How much do you remember now?
I remember who I want to kill.
John Rydock, right?
You just start to sweat.
I cannot imagine what it's like to have to wear those.
I'm standing next to you like, what's up, dude? You got a fever?
Oh, you're, Cass?
Yeah, just like, why are you
You're
sweating?
just like,
You gotta take your
There is-
glasses off.
There,
What's up? What's up? I can't see you.
It's like
so-
I feel flustered all of a sudden. Random heart palpitations are kicking in.
It's strange. You're sneezing and you have a boner at the same
Oh
time.
my god.
Oh God. Jesus.
Never been horny with a cold?
I'm sorry. I just I couldn't resist.
But yeah, it's like John Rydock.
Yes.
In due time it will happen, but for now, I need to keep him alive for my other quest. But when all is done, or when I find the time appropriate, I will unleash you onto him. You may do as you please. After all, I did say you will have everything you once lost, restored, and more.
In that case, I wish to return to the central city. I have one acolyte left that may be able to open some doors for us.
It's me.
Very well. Also, and I look at you two as well, since these are technically my quarters now, you all may live in here as you please, unless summoned by Belzebub or who else you serve.
We are.
I don't have to sleep on the rocks anymore?
We are at least. You've opened the doors for us. We would need some way of getting in. I mean, I believe I would be able to go through a wall, but I don't know how the doors were open for
Let's
you.
see.
I don't think that it's open air. It's got plenty of windows. I think the thing is permission, not actual keys.
Well, the fact that I'm saying that, wouldn't that be binding as already as is, so they could roam as they please through the first floor?
When you say this to them, you're giving them permission. Wrath doesn't think of anything of it, so
Yeah.
automatically you can assume
I
that
got a
what
20.
you're doing is perfectly fine.
And then, like, and if
I got
Bella's
a 25 on knowledge for that.
Yeah,
It's okay?
it's
Okay.
you got permission.
yeah, it's like
Permission is a gate to most things in hell.
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Welcome back, Wrath.
it's
I'm
like,
still kneeling.
you all may live here unless summoned by Belzebub or me or whoever else you serve. Make this place your home.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Just know we can't leave hell. So if you want our help with anything, it needs to be here.
Of course. But till then, this is also part of your home as well.
Thank you. I bow to you, and then I bow to Wrath.
Lots of bowing today.
I mean, we're dealing with royalty as basically this like peasants, so it's just expected.
And as for you, Wrath, do what you must to find that acolyte. We will talk again when needed.
Well, in the meantime, I think when we return to Central City, I'll stay hidden until I have something more decent. And she back into your ring, which now takes on a strange black and white marble type tone.
Hallelujah.
You have become so overpowered this session. We're just gonna throw you at all our enemies and they'll die.
Just wait until I start throwing
I know.
lots. Like now, I can justify sending 3 hellworms at your party.
Kind of, but we're still weak. He's strong, so he has to do all the fighting.
Technically speaking, the stats pretty much balance out pretty much across the entire game.
Oh,
It's the numbers.
Well, there is one thing I was going to ask Wrath before she goes back into the ring, though.
You can ask her probably without summoning her back out.
Alright. One more thing, Wrath. I keep forgetting. What was the name of the seer's name?
Gushan.
Gushan. Gushan told me about your steed. Will we be able to take that out of hell, or can it only stay here?
You get a general sense that she could probably summon it to the mortal plane, but it would take a little time.
What is it?
It was one of the hellworms, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, that? Oh my.
Yeah, the one she was riding.
Damn. Literally.
I see more money.
I think that's a bad idea.
It's like,
Don't kill the. Don't kill the pony.
Hey! This was over here, okay? That was over there. My character.
it's like, Very well.
I don't think we'll be
I
allowed
look
to
at you
sell
two.
them again.
It might fall off anyways.
I look at you two. Since you both will be living here, I'll also give you power if needed. Find servants and whatnot. Tidy the place up.
Well, thank you.
I think I should be on my way and see if I could rejoin the others back on the plane.
I will take it upon myself to make sure this room is done correctly.
You come back and it's like pimped out like a clown's closet. He's just annoying as heck.
No,
I got a
everything's-
bouncy castle. It's like, I wish I could use this!
You're like
just
flying
hovering
up and
down slowly. Someone else moving the castle like it's bouncing.
It's me, and he's got me with like a stick poking it under him. Just like,
Everything,
I gotta start making bets with this guy.
everything's gonna be perfectly fine, except two things. Okay, so number one, it's gonna be the shower. Okay, you're gonna turn the hot water on, and when you get in, it instantly turns to cold. And when you use the sink, it sprays you in the face.
I'm starting to see why you were killed in the mortal realm.
That's a long story.
Yeah.
Needless to say, you're not getting these characters back.
Well, no, but they can be like his, like,
Every once in a while.
summons, you know.
Maybe once in a while.
But like, say till then, you say, I just roll my eyes when you're saying all that. It's like, but you know what I mean. Just tidy the place up,
I will.
keep it clean.
I'll take care of it. Since
You can
And that's tough.
delegate.
It's like,
I
I did give them the power too.
I don't. Hands go right through his face.
If you could not do that in my eyes,
Oh, sorry.
it's weird.
Oh. Oh.
It's like,
Miriam.
and as time goes on, and I claim more thrones for myself. Obviously, we'll go higher up, and you may take reign as you will as the floors increase. for us.
Basically, we'll become your generals, in a way.
Yeah.
I'll be your mentor. He'll be your court jester.
I use an illusion on myself, and I'm in like a butler outfit. I will take this.
And you will serve. It's like, and you are bound to this until I find you guys your freedom.
Yeah.
Say,
Thank you.
Even with that freedom, if you ever were to call upon us, I would come.
I've said before, you have my loyalty. If not my feelings.
and for that I am grateful. Now, I must beat off.
Before you go, I'm gonna teach him how to fold his wings to look like a cape.
Alright.
Okay, roll a knowledge check.
17.
Go ahead and roll an observation.
24.
24. Okay. You get the technique, but you do realize that even though it's not something you just got these, it's kind of like that new car smell.
Yeah.
You notice that the tips of his wings the feathers are kind of beat up from being dragged along the ground all the time. Not exactly something you might want to do. You can do it if you want to, but
This is just the case of if you need to hide them.
Let's say, I appreciate it. I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but where I'm going and go, I don't think we need to hide anymore. Our
Also,
kind.
Look out for symbols like this, and I itch out a hex, and I describe you what they do and what they you should look out for.
Okay.
Basically, he's got 2 teachers now.
Yay!
So, yeah, if he ever needs a lesson, he can roll with advantage.
if you're available.
If I'm available. Once he gets us free, I'll always be available.
And, trying to think if there's anything else I need to do. Oh, I guess one more
Did
thing.
you-
I want to look around. It's like, since in Wrath's room, it's like, is there any, since I'm missing a breastplate now, is there anything I could wear?
Probably be woman's armor.
Do you?
Roll an observance check.
That's not womanly. Well, that's a nat 1.
You do find an old breastplate for training, but it's obviously
A breastplate.
crafted by Mandic the Titty Smithy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
It looks like it's not in your size.
Oh, yeah, no.
I try to make a joke again.
General shape.
Too busty for me.
I'm rubbing off on
Oh, no, there's two of them now. I'm too old for this shit.
Well, yes, I bid you all farewell till we meet again.
Did you want to keep things a little more feminine, or did you want this masculine?
Is it just one room all
It
around?
is one massive.
It's a
One
yeah.
massive
okay.
room.
Would you like a separate bed for yourself?
We could keep a small part, a little masculine for myself, but everything else. This is Rat's room before. We'll keep it as her room
As
after.
you wish.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Evilness.
And
Your
yeah,
royal assholeness.
I go to the balcony where the symbol is, and I want to see if I could teleport to see if I could be near where the original party is.
Okay. Where is John? If I could have your character sheets, please.
Okay.
Your current character sheets, not your character sheets.
Oh,
the ones you were
these.
playing. Yes, thank you. So I gotta keep these in file.
I think our last session ended with us going. Oh yeah, we are in the temple, the water temple right now.
Correct.
Okay. Roll
Thane.
a.
It's me, you, and Thane, and the fainted girl, and what's his name?
You're in the courtyard,
Henry.
right?
The guy, Jeffrey. It's Jeffrey.
Okay.
Who I called to help with the fainted girl.
Okay. Roll a charisma check, please.
With advantage or no?
Yeah, you can use your advantage.
Yay!
All charisma rolls. Ooh, nice.
Oh shit! Little too excited.
19 plus
My charisma, so 20.
23.
Yeah, 23.
Okay. As you are going back into the various room or temple, walking through the courtyard, you remember that massive garden area where all the shrubbery was a big, massive maze. As you are leaving it, walking past it, you start to smell smoke.
Am I able to tell where it's at?
And it seems to be coming from behind you.
I look behind me.
There,
I look too.
there is a section of all the bushes, all the massive hedges that span an area about the size of a football field, circular. There is a massive area in the center of it.
Water.
Actually, close to you. Roll a knowledge check.
Ow. What for?
Manipulating
Okay.
water.
So 12. Unless you add it to your knowledge.
I do. Thank you. 3.
So it's 12.
12.
12? Nope. You aren't able... The situation is so startling and such, you can't even get the water out before all of the shrubbery just shrinks in this massive circle, and it just shrinks and shrivels into the ground as a massive pentagram symbol forms in the middle of all this burning shrubbery, and there is a massive black flame that shoots out to the sky, probably about 40 feet tall, and in the middle of that massive flame, standing there with his hand outstretched over the symbol, is Carrick Lushington, shirtless, long, massive black wings outstretched. That is where we're gonna leave it for this week.
Somebody got an upgrade.
I'll just be like,
Because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
no, I could just see it's like, hi, John.
So
Hello for cast.
I'm gonna go ahead and plan on combat right away next week.
Honestly, I have no reason to attack him. So
Question: I did all that. XP.
Let's see here. Your XP, you defeated
Wrath.
Passively, I will give you kudos. 2 Hellworms plus Wrath. Let's see here.
You talk down.
Talked down Wrath. You get bonus points for that.
Yeah.
That is 550 XP.
Well, I leveled
You
up.
leveled up for sure, man. So basically, a level and 50 XP.
Yep,
Yeah.
so have a good day, folks. We'll be back with Minecraft tonight, high definition. Bye!